Oh, what's going on? I'm doing well. I was gonna watch this anyway, so I figured I might as well just tap in. Very interested in this. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Might be an hour or a little bit longer, but looking forward to seeing what they got on display. But hope all is well on your end. I've been playing the game just on the laptop until I get my Xbox back. But yeah, it's I love the game. It's definitely the fighting game I'm really focused on right now. The next fighting game actually is going to be for me that Avatar Legends game. I'm interested in that. I think it comes out sometime in July. So I'm going to see what happens with that. What's up, Hyper? Yeah, I was just kind of saying that I wasn't gonna do anything today, but when I noticed this, I was scrolling through my Twitter and I was like, oh, they got a presentation? All right. So I was like, fuck it, you know, because I already knew I was gonna watch this anyway, but I figured let me go and like check this out anyway. What's up, Flexion? Oh yeah. So the Avatar Legend game, yeah, I guess that's what he's referring to. July 2nd. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I think it can be. It's a good complementary game to this because it's a 1v1 game. I don't know much about Last Airbender, but I've been educating myself. It's kind of like the same deal with this game. I didn't know about the Invincible franchise until I really played the game. I seen the show on Amazon Prime, like scrolling through different shows. I actually haven't watched the show yet, but I have watched a ton of YouTube shorts on it, so I know all of the major. I know all the major plot points of the show so far, but ultimately the closed, or should I say the open beta, is what got me interested in Invincible Versus. So it's kind of like the same thing for me with Avatar Legends. I've been looking at their YouTube channel and they've been putting out little snippets of gameplay, a few character, I guess, deep dives. The character animations look really good so far. I do see they put out one character named Zuko. I think he's like the fire-based character and he has like a lot of dive kicks. I see that being an issue. I've already left a comment saying I think you guys should really reevaluate that because that can be easily busted and broken just by looking at that character, but the breakdown that they have for Zuko and him dive kicking all over the place. But, you know, we'll see. They still have a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but they, you know, July, you know, it's around the corner, but it's still time for them to kind of adjust things. But yeah, outside of that, there's the update for Tekken 8. I don't know when in May it's supposed to drop, but, you know, I guess I'll cover that just for the hell of it because it's news. But at present time, I have absolutely no interest to play Tekken 8. Maybe season 4, if they bring my character back, Lei Wulong, I'll see how the game is at that point. But I don't really see myself playing Tekken 8 for the remainder of this season right now. But you know, I'll never say never. You know, maybe their upcoming patch for that game might change my mind. I'll cover it. I'll see what's what. But right now, at present, the main game for me is Invincible Versus. And even though I don't have my Xbox right now, my console, I've been playing on my laptop. You know, it's serviceable. I've been using the cloud. I don't play online ranked because, you know, it's not a perfect scenario for me. But I have been playing a friend of mine that's in Georgia, and we have some solid matches. But I can definitely feel the latency when it comes to my defense reactions, because I'm forced to play on Wi-Fi and the cloud. But like I said, it's serviceable. We'll see what's what. Vibe X. Okay. Welcome. Well, I wouldn't say the game industry is struggling. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so I don't think anything is struggling on that front. So I don't know where you're getting that info from, but factually, the game industry has been growing exponentially. In fact, by 2033, it's going to be absolutely more massive than what it is right now. I do know that there are issues when it comes to certain types of games where you have developers that are really activists and they're pushing certain messaging and agendas. You know, you can talk about that, but the game industry is definitely not struggling, not at all. You know, I mean, everybody there, that's the beauty about video games, that there's something for everybody, you know. Like even talking about this game right here, before they get started here, people that play Invincible versus, they want this game to basically be Marvel versus Capcom. They want this game to be Dragon Ball Fighters, where you get touched one time and you just watch like a 50-minute documentary. Like, you know, I'm not a fan of any of that. But yeah, getting to the back to the game industry aspect, I think that, like I said, the game industry is very strong. It's making a lot of money. It's in the billions and billions of dollars, and you have to understand, like a lot of times people don't really understand the industry, and this is what I talk about on my channel a lot. And I don't want to do too much of it while this live stream is going on, but I'll just say this. I have nothing against microtransactions because I understand the cost of development. This is what a lot of players who just mash buttons, they don't understand that. Now, there are certain microtransactions that are, in my opinion, a little bit unethical, but the premise of microtransactions is fine so long as your game is delivering a solid experience. You're not dealing with a bunch of hackers. Your game functions. You know, if you're doing all of that, I don't mind people trying to gain a little bit more money. I don't mind that. But, you know, I'm not trying to go too deep on that right now because I want to listen to what these guys have to say on the live stream here. So, maybe I'll talk more about that after this goes off.
Do it. Say goodbye. This battle isn't yours to win. Get that through your skull.
Hello and welcome to the Invincible vs. Dev live stream. It is May 19th, 2026. I'm Jeff Landa, your host for today's show. And to my left, we have two guests that you may have seen a few times on the stream already from the Quarter Up crew. We got executive producer Mike Willett and senior combat designer Rip, responsible for all things Rex and other characters. So you blame
got
me.
the other two already, huh? Duplicate and
robot and
Oh, what's going on, Jules? I see you.
Yeah, so thank you for being with us, and don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Raging
later on in the
Rhino.
show, a very special guest, the voice of Mark himself in Invincible Versus is going to join us. Alex Lay is here. You'll see him in a bit. He's napping in the back. We'll wake him up when he's ready. Yeah, so let's just go right into what the show is going to be today for the next hour.
Okay, so it's an hour. All right.
So at the very top, we want to just do a quick recap of everything that's happened since launch. So hotfixes included, some of the competitive events that you guys have put on your own, and of course the Trolley League stuff that just wrapped. Trolley League. I keep saying Trolley. And then we're going to go into the meat and potatoes here with a quick overview and a preview of just some stuff that's in the balance patch notes. Patch coming up, I don't know when. We'll talk about that in a bit. And then after that, I'll get out of here. We'll bring Alex in, and he's going to go into a very sweaty competitive drawing contest with Rip, where you, chat, can choose who the winner is going to be. Mike is also judging. And then after that, Rip is going to sit down with Alex, do some live coaching that I think will also benefit some of the viewers who are trying to get to the next level. And Rip has actually promised that he will take Alex to a top 8. We don't know which top 8, but one of those. So
we're having a tournament today.
Maybe today. Yeah,
I think we have 8 of us here.
Yes,
Maybe he's gonna make
that would be top 8 here. Yeah, by default he'd be in the 8th place. And at the very end, we'll have time for some Q&A. So please, if you think of a question that comes up between now and the end of the stream, drop it in the chat. Don't spam, and then we'll collect it and we'll get to it at the very end as much as we can.
What happens if they spam?
If they spam, I think we'll ban them from the chat.
Just wondering.
Isaiah's on it. He's watching. All right, cool. You should probably just get right into it. So we can't talk about the recap since launch without the hotfix. So obviously we celebrated for a little bit, and then immediately went to work. It seems because we got this thing. Well, you guys got this thing out pretty damn fast. Can you walk through that process of going from launch, cool, the game is real. All right, now the patch.
Sure. I mean, when you go to launch, it's not like, hey, let's pop champagne and drink. And
there's a lot of
go out
work
and party.
after that.
Like none of that. So
that's where the work
basically have
begins.
what we call like a war room. So it's a virtual space where a bunch of people from marketing, community, development team, publishing, like we're all sitting and just evaluating everything. So tons of data points that are coming in, people that are like logging into the game, how many matches do we have going, as well as like things that we see getting surfaced through like CS, which is customer service. So things that are not going as planned that we were like, oh, that could be an issue. We might need to address it. Let's start tracking those things down. So we start compiling lists. And especially when it comes to gameplay, we're looking for things that like really damage the overall like enjoyment for a majority of people. Are like, oh, that is not intended. That needs to get fixed. So like an example was like we had some like loops in there that were like infinite, right?
I mean, his face is on the screen. He's Conquest.
So, you know, by the end of the war room, that was kind of what my hairline looked like. But, you know, God, attractive guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry for the trauma.
So, but yeah, that was the process, is just like going to like Discord, going to Twitter or X or whatever you call it now, just all of our socials, to seeing how people are doing, what they're enjoying, what are the friction points, making adjustments where necessary, whether it's like things for gameplay or things that were addressed with the skins and our deluxe edition, making sure like we have plans to make sure people get what, you know, they paid for, like all those kinds of things. We're trying to be as on top of it as possible. So a lot of coordination.
And that never really
leads us to here, right?
It never really ends, right? You just always constantly.
No,
this is the life we're in.
It's live. It's live. This is what we do all the time. So we're working on. Yeah, it is. We're working on future content. We want to make sure that the current content is great, and it's a process. Like it's, you know, we're going to be doing this for a long time. So it's about making sure that we have these open lines of communication. When things are really bad, we can address them as soon as possible for the fans and players. So it's really important.
And for Rip, I always ask you about what.
This is the sort of language that I don't hear from Tekken developers.
I think, you know,
This is what I like to. This is what I like to
Was
hear.
it different for you this time, seeing more people jump onto Rex? I think Duplicate wasn't in the beta, so that's
definitely true, right? I think it's been interesting watching everyone's reactions to the characters. I love seeing the tier list there. If you haven't seen, Duplicate is bottom tier. She is the absolute worst. We probably need to give her significant buffs. I don't know what's going to actually happen to her, but that's all I've seen from the public.
It's not a preview.
But if character impressions aside, I think for me the more interesting thing was just the launch of the game. Because to Mike's point, I thought we were going to have like a champagne party and everyone's going to get all hype at the release. There was none of that. They sent me to Brazil. I wasn't even here. You know, like dude, it was wild. It was very cool out in Brazil though, and shouts to all the LATAM fans who came through and played the game at the booth. But yeah, overall, it's just been continual. And I think for me, being in this process for the first time, it's really interesting that the workload is somehow increased. I thought like the game's done, it's shipped. There'll be less now.
After you launch a game, the work actually begins. So.
Speaking of which, the community was definitely thriving with the game, specifically in the competitive scene. So this week we also saw a lot I guess since launch we saw TNS We saw Paragon and some others that we were watching and donating to help support their competitive efforts. They put on some really cool shows, some good tournaments. But this past weekend, we put on the Trolley League, which you were a part of, you and Vicious.
Yes.
So first of all, thank you to everyone that signed up and played and kind of messed with this. New
I would have
single
tried
elimination,
this,
which, had
but
some-
my
had some
Xbox was
feedback,
already
but
fried,
we got
so
you,
I
some
couldn't
top
even
eight.
enter
Congrats
this.
to those top 8
Maybe the
players.
next time.
And of course, congrats to our winner Zippy, who seems to be dominating in our game. We're hoping that he abandons Grand Blue maybe and just plays versus. No, please don't come after me.
Yeah, also shout out to Tweety. You know, he's really known the NetherRealm scene, but he hasn't really done a lot in tag fighters. This is his first kind of foray.
Yeah,
into tag fighters.
Tweety
He's come up
as
with
well
a lot
as
of
Honeybee
etc.
Commander.
Been doing
They're
well
they're
with
both
as well.
two like
I'm sure
prominent
you guys
Mortal
will
Kombat
develop it a little bit. Well,
content
there were some
creators
fun
that kind
matches
of
that you
pivoted
won
over to
some
Invincible
stuff that
versus.
we were
So
unexpected.
respect to them on that
Savior
front.
Zombie, Tweety.
Oh yeah, Saber Zombies team. was
Also,
big,
like
too.
Nerd Josh had some really cool sets.
Yeah, I think the Tweety Diphone match is also very
Oh,
cool. And
yeah.
Diphone as well, you know, got to give him a shout out for
Yeah,
taking the time to
that
actually
grinds.
learn the game and playing tournaments, etc.
Yeah, and
Hopefully
I
next
hope I never
time.
run into Zippy online.
I
don't think that I will.
Furno
That's cool.
online.
Yeah.
Furno is the one. I'm like, bro, he's
Yeah.
gonna run away. What am I gonna do about
Oh
this guy?
no.
Outside of this, I also wanted to give shout outs to like one of the first big locals that I saw with Bump Six
Yes.
and
Oh
it was
yeah,
the House
yeah.
of Chaos.
Your crew.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man! They started calling Hook Dev Gang God.
Yeah.
Ah.
No one runs away from him.
Is he still number one on the leaderboard?
I think so.
That's
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
Well, I don't know.
He's really,
He might as well. Be.
might
He's
A lot of-
he's good. He's good.
better than the
A lot of
Devil.
good
Yeah,
players, but
Speaking of
I think I can hold my own.
Coming up this week.
Yes.
So we aren't officially there, but obviously we're a game that's part of the competition. We're gonna be sneaking around a little bit. Rip, you're doing commentary as well.
I will be doing
for a few
commentary at
games.
Combo Breaker.
Yeah, yeah. So what are you guys looking forward to the most coming out of Combo Breaker? Any matchups you're specifically excited about? I know there's some players that
Oh,
have.
for players.
Yeah, I
He
met
was gonna be out there.
I met
Yeah.
Rip
So excited to see how he
one
does in the tournament.
time
I know he's
at an MLG event, so many years ago.
He's
Pretty
not-
cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna be the first Combo Breaker champion for the game? I guess that's a big deal, right? 'Cause
Do you
that's
have
also gonna
predictions?
set up. I have no predictions. I think that's the craziest thing. Like as I was alluding to earlier about the tier list, I think it's actually very unclear. So everyone thinks they have an idea,
Yeah.
but until a big tournament like this happens, that's where we really get to see the real.
It's
meta
cool
game.
that
Yeah. Some of the
you know
meta that we
he
saw that was
he ended
highly
up doing
effective, it looks
something
like people are
after
trying to
his
shut it down,
competitive
like
Tekken
counterplay,
career, so that's
like-
good on him.
Oh my god, I was just thinking that, like that one counterplay that we saw where, God, I want to say, who was it? The Savior Zombie and that like big brain monster girl move that he made against? I think it was Josh's robot.
Which one? I mean, there was a lot.
There was a
of
lot. I mean, oh my god. I mean, there's so much.
We'll find it. We'll
Yeah,
we'll
there's-
try to post it or something.
People are seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of trends, we noticed some things that we clearly want to address.
Address.
Yes. So
Yeah,
that
oh
brings
yeah.
us to the big meat and potatoes, which is the next big gameplay balance patch.
Yeah.
So we're not going to cover everything here because we
Sure.
quite frankly don't have. We'll have patch notes eventually. We'll have a
Right.
breakdown, etc. But we definitely wanted to get ahead of some of these focus areas
Yeah.
based on things that we're seeing. So
And of course, Combo Breaker is this coming weekend, so everyone is very excited to know when this patch is, right? Because we want to drop it right before the tournament, right before everyone has been training this whole
Day
time.
of.
day
of, sorry.
Actually, I mean the middle of pools we drop it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Force everyone to
strategy.
update.
So for everybody, we are not like
Yeah.
all of the tactics and meta that you've been developing. You're gonna rock it at Combo Breaker.
Yes.
It will be released after Combo Breaker. TBD, we'll announce that, but it's gonna be well before Evo.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to, work on new stuff and have ample time before Evo takes place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Won't do you
That's
here.
very considerate.
But we want to load up into a match and use that to kind of help guide some of these areas.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mike and Rip, you guys can just take it away.
Yeah, but these were the three big focused areas, right? So I think first up, you got to look at the assist loop that we saw. And shout out to Tweety, he's got like some really cool combos, but when I'm talking about assist loops, I'm really talking about stuff like the Allen Infinite. He had the Rekka, and he calls an assist, and he calls the Rekka again, and then he calls another assist. He just loops that forever, right? So we actually didn't really have an infinite prevention system.
It's his control.
Rip, you got
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm really his achievements.
He's locked in. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So basically, we've got a little system in place now that's kind of an infinite prevention system for looping assists. So yes, we still want you to be able to do the combos that you've been coming up and labbing with, but there will be a limit to them now.
Yeah. So we'll go into it in deeper detail, but essentially, like every time you call an assist, it's going to start doubling the cooldown time on that assist.
Yeah.
Depending on the assist type too. Like sometimes it's up by, it goes like 3 seconds every single time. Sometimes a bit more if it's like a really juicy like back assist.
So when it comes out, you guys will be able to dig into it about like whether you want to use more forward assist, back assist, and structure it accordingly so that the timer doesn't scale out of control and you can get the biggest combo possible.
You can probably show that off here, right?
It's a little hard.
Okay.
And I don't know what's in this build specifically.
Don't even ask me to do Tweety's combo.
Nope.
There's no.
that's fair.
effing-
Tweety will
go
show
ahead.
it to you later, okay?
Well,
Yeah.
And then you'll either be happy or unhappy.
Yeah,
But
okay.
you know, it's not gonna be
Tweety,
as infinite
Tweety.
as it was before. That's for sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's next? What's the top 3 things?
Block strings.
Oh yeah.
You can kinda
we
show
heard
us.
that if somebody's hitting you blocking on you, there's a lot of people just mashing supers through it or something. I'll use the Eve super because I heard this one's pretty good. So now if you just want to hit like light, medium, heavy on me or something, I'm just gonna mash that super. I mashed it wrong because I don't have meter. But
Either way.
when the hit check calls out, I'll get my meter up.
That's one way to fix it, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
See, that was after the fact. Like I'm mashing.
Yeah.
I can't. And
Okay, now do your blocking. I'll mash my super.
Okay.
There it is. It's like a gapless string now.
Oh, look at that.
So basically, if you want to tell more details about it, Mike.
Oh, you know what? Dave Hall wrote me a nice little list because he knows.
Please say this.
I can't remember anything. So block strings are back for magic chains. So you can do standing light to standing light. You can do standing light to crouching light. You can do crouching light to standing light. Basically, a lot of the magic chains will work. The only ones that typically won't are if you're trying to go from a crouching medium to a standing medium. There will be a gap involved in those when you're trying to do like other high lows. So you want to have like assist calls really early on in order to try to cover, trying an unblockable setup.
Exactly. So basically, because our mediums allow you to go back and forth between them, like if you just want to block with Conquest really quick, I'll show it off with Battle Beast. So if you're just blocking, I'm going to chase you down here. Like, you don't want this to be a blocking forever, right? Yeah. So that's why the mediums to mediums are not going to be a blocking. And then there are exceptions to the rules that Mike just listed as well. Like if you have a character like Mark, his crouching medium is actually a very slow one. So you don't want this jab to be this into a block with the crouching slide afterward, right? So there are going to be a couple exceptions here and there, but overall, the rules are pretty straightforward.
For the players who are still learning, why does it matter that you can't just mash super?
Because that's really powerful.
It's really powerful, and some would consider a bad habit.
Okay.
If you're coming from other games. So we wanted to have some consistency. We want everybody playing the same language, no matter where they're coming from. This gives people on offense a little bit more power because there's a ton of counterplay and actually a lot of strong defense. So we want to put a little bit more power on the someone who's trying to press the action.
Yeah, if you want to set up your offense, now it's going to be safer to do so because people won't just be matching a super or armored move through their gap strings, basically.
Well, we got about 10 seconds.
I want to get him a little bit low on health.
Okay, we got 10 seconds.
But
before sudden death.
all right, so the thing I really just have to chime in on this is that people online have been bitching and complaining about this very same thing. And, because I don't have my Xbox, I really didn't feel like making a video about it. But there are characters that do have, strings that you can't mash through. And it's just the way many of the people in this scene, the way they frame it is like you can mash out of everything, which is absolute bullshit. Like I can tell you, for instance, with Thula, the woman with the long braid and the knife at the end, if you do standing heavy into her down S, you can't break out of that. Now, if you're talking about the light string, light, medium, heavy, if you look at Lucan, if you do light medium, you have to take that. Like light, you have to take that. So there are things, if you lab them, where you can discover that there are strings that you can't just mash through. But because so many players in this community, all they're fixated on is how much damage they can get and whoring out the top level assist, they're thinking that, you could just mash out of everything. And it was very annoying for me to read a lot of this nonsense. So, but it is what it is.
There's no round resets during sudden death. So we really want to press the action.
Yes.
You're going to go in with your characters. There are going to be limitations for both sides, and we want everything to escalate. You've already gone through, 100 seconds on the clock. Winner wasn't determined. Now it's time. So we want that. We want the fairness there, but we want the risk and reward to be there, and we want things to culminate and someone's got to win.
Yeah, yeah. So we're still keeping the spirit of sudden death and the
It's
intent.
the spirit of sudden death, the intent of sudden death, but we wanted to bring in fairness and we wanted to bring in an escalation.
Yeah, so you don't feel like you lost your characters, and even though you were getting meter, super meter, and boost meter from your extra characters before, people still felt like they were losing too much from it.
Okay. Do you want to show it one more time, or do you want to any more stuff you want to add, or how do you feel about?
There's other things that we can talk about.
Okay, yeah.
As well.
So maybe one more match, or just go into another match.
You want a character select?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what are the characters. I mean, we can run. Oh yeah, I guess we should have showed this character and this character.
Yeah, there's obviously character balance coming too, which we
There's
don't.
some stuff in there.
Some
Yeah.
stuff. We're not going
There's
to list
some
them all here, but any.
Oh, I wonder, is that in this? It might be in this. I'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm curious about what is in this build specifically.
The big stuff is in this build, but there's more to come, everybody. Like
Yeah.
there's going to be character-specific tweaks that we're doing as well. Round out people's kits. Notice areas where it could be a little bit more fun, a little bit more consistency. Some things that should be punished. So additional work towards those things. And I can't remember this build or not, but we did slow regen, correct?
For the red life.
Red life.
Yes. Red life regen is slowed down as well, so it won't be as much. And on the flip side of that, birthdays are happy again. So, if you happen to catch an assist, like some kind of projectile assist people are really excited about. So now if you'll notice, when you call these projectile assists, they aren't as far back as they used to be. The position has changed up quite a bit. So if I'm going to do like a 1, 2, 3 Eve assist here, you can see she's right up there. It's easy to hit the character, right? So I'll do it one more time. You can actually try to do a combo and see if you can put something together just to see. Oh, sorry, I messed you up, didn't I? You get the point, though.
Yes, you want me to counter you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to call the Eve assist. You try to do something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Eve coming.
Happy birthdays.
Yeah. And so you can see there's more life being done now to the assist during happy birthdays. If you can put together a full combo, it's going to be very, very damaging on the assist. And Moss Girl, small quality of life.
Small quality of life. So on the leap, we keep the momentum so you can actually go down into like her light attack.
Yeah,
which is
so
really
prior
cool.
to this, like her dash is that unique jump right there, and she would stop her momentum when she did any of the normals out of it. So now she gets to retain that momentum.
Oh, okay, that makes
Her approach
sense.
is way better than before, significantly.
I really do like that aspect that she can hop
Also,
toward you
people
and
have been
attack.
saying
I
that
really
there
think
have
that's
been
pretty
moves that are
cool.
A little bit difficult to punish. One of them was this Mark wheel kick.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, so this one, it was punishable, but it was kind of difficult to punish it. So now should be a little bit easier to punish.
Leave them
Easier to
closer.
punish here to there.
Exactly.
We've made some modifications across the board to certain moves that have been really strong in that regard.
So you can have
I
it
know
punishable
one of the more
frame-wise,
controversial ones is gonna
but
be
if the
Mark
move
Wheel
has
Hit.
too much pushback,
like,
it's
no,
it's
Not
irrelevant.
final, right?
It's not final.
Not final.
But you can see the Ranger significantly less than it used to be.
Oh wow,
Also
nice.
now, if it's blocked, when down back, yeah. It leaves Mark right up close, and he is minus. So if I'm trying to mash out like a DP after this, not going to get it.
Yeah.
It's your turn every time.
So
That's
I can
good.
Go first, but Mark can close with
That's how you.
Yeah.
That's how you balance
And then we've got
games.
Girl Eve. I showed you the
This
back of
is this is a
super that's pretty good too.
this is a master class in how you balance your
Right here.
game.
Much easier to punish now.
There you go.
Also, well, I'll let the no say the rest of it for you guys. But there are some other changes to it as well.
All work in progress.
Yeah, sure. Anything else we want to tell them?
You can save some.
Yeah,
I think we
there's
saved some.
definitely
If there's
more.
anything other?
But Runaway, we know was like kind of a thing that was very powerful as well. We've taken some steps to alleviate that as well, a little bit as well.
Yeah, what are Dave's notes?
Well, one of the big ones that we don't have in here, it's really hard to demonstrate here, and you're not going to believe me until you play it, but motion inputs.
Oh,
So
yes.
we looked at DPs again and loosened that up. So I know there's players that are still having trouble with DPs. We've been testing this with some other folks outside of the team. We think it's in a pretty good spot. So again,
Should be
another
better than the
update.
current
Should
version
be
for
better,
sure.
yeah.
Exciting. Do you want to do one more sudden death? Because we're going to close out here.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Was there anything else going on? I forgot, man.
I think that's probably enough for now. And then
Yeah,
we'll,
all right.
Once we get more solidified, we'll have the
So
patch notes.
remember, it's the assist loops, adjusting the timing on assists and combos. It's block strings. It's sudden death. Like those are the big things.
It's a
And
lot.
It's a lot. It's going to be a lot. It's regen rates, motion inputs, and there's going to be a whole lot more. You saw some of the kind of sneak previews that Rip and I were showing everybody. But yeah, that's basically coming after Combo Breaker.
Yep.
I guess you guys are just gonna fight now.
We're fighting. I don't know if Mike was fighting, but I'm fighting.
I fell asleep at the wheel here.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow, couch fell apart. It's a wonderful couch. We just didn't set it up right.
No. I was about to assist Breaker, and I was like, wait, my life though.
You don't want to. It depends how much you want that character to live.
Get shot.
Apparently, I didn't. So this is where you got to be on your toes.
Yep.
So, in the event, and we're saying it, in the event you do go to sudden death, you got to remember that now your assist characters are going to get tagged right in.
Yeah, you got to stay on your toes because everyone forgets. They're like, wait, what? Where's the round reset? Get off. Okay.
Oh,
Oh God.
well, that's punishment.
No! I gave the life away too. It's like
Oh
horrible.
my God!
I didn't know that could happen. That was tight.
Yeah. I fell asleep because I was pointing at you, laughing.
I didn't know you could kill two of them.
Oh, why would I do that?
New stuff.
Force a habit. Get over here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, why would I do this?
Well,
I'm gonna hold this.
while they're playing, we're gonna take a quick break
Why?
after. So just hang on tight. Get me out of here.
Not like this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Please?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but use all that meter.
I did. It was intentional. I'm not matching at all.
Not streamer mode. That's
All right, that's it. Walk away winner.
Yep, you got it.
Winner.
well, yeah. So we'll have patch notes when that's ready. We'll do all the comms necessary so you guys know when it's out. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate the
That
demo.
was a good ending.
That was
So we're gonna take a quick break and do something a little different this time. Alex is gonna take my spot here on the couch, and like I mentioned at the top of the show, it's gonna be Rip versus Alex in a drawing contest. We're gonna look at chat. We're gonna weigh in on the winners, and then Mike's gonna do the timing. So hopefully we figure that out. Be right back.
should be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think that a lot of players are still playing this game wrong, or maybe wrong is a strong word. I don't think a lot of players in the community right now are taking full advantage of the mechanics of the game. I think people, like I said earlier, I think they're focusing far too much on trying to get like super high damage and abusing certain assists, which is fine. But there are various mechanics in this game that allows you to kind of circumnavigate all of that with the assist breakers, the counter tags, heroic strikes, the fact that you can do a heroic strike and you can tag out your character, or you can snap out your enemy's character, you know. So there's a lot of interactions with the actual game from a mechanical standpoint. You know, games like Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball Fighters, those games don't really have any significant defensive mechanics. It literally is you start a match, you throw a whole bunch of crazy shit on screen, something lands on your opponent, and then you just proceed to combo that character until they die. That's basically what those games are. And so there are players that have played those two games and they complain that there is too much interaction with Invincible Versus. And I was interacting with one of them on Twitter before I just did this live stream, and I said, look, bro, there are games out there for you to play that will give you that experience. And I mentioned Marvel vs. Capcom and Dragon Ball Fighters, because his argument was he doesn't like the counter tag situation. He doesn't like that players can get out of certain situations. And I'm like, look, if you are not a fan of that, just go play Dragon Ball Fighters, play Marvel. Like, we don't need every game to be the exact same. There are other games that cater to people like you that want to turn a 2-player fighting game into a single-player experience where when you get touched, you're watching a fucking combo documentary. It's almost like, what's the point of having a health bar if the minute your character gets touched by something, you lose an entire character? Like, I'm sorry, that's not a fun experience for me at all. And it's because of the interactions that Invincible Versus has. That's the only reason why I gave this game a chance. Because if this game played like Marvel or it played like Dragon Ball FighterZ, I wouldn't be playing this game. Because I've already played Marvel for fucking years. I've played Dragon Ball FighterZ since it launched. And neither of those games have any real significant defensive mechanics. And I'm just not a fan of that. You know, different strokes for different folks. But I don't like how certain players that are in the Invincible Versus community, I guess you want to call it that, and they're essentially wanting IVS to become Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I'm like, no, fuck off. Like, if you want that experience, go play Dragon Ball FighterZ. And it reminds me of people early on when Battlefield 6 came out and Call of Duty, and there were certain Call of Duty players and streamers that were playing Battlefield 6, and they're like, well, you know, why doesn't Battlefield have a perk system? You know, why is it like this? Why is it that? And these were players, they wanted to turn Battlefield 6 into Call of Duty. I don't like that. It's like if you're a fucking vegan and you're like, you go to Outback Steakhouse and you're complaining that there's steak on the menu. Well, I don't like steak. Well, okay, well, don't come here then. There's vegetarian restaurants you can go to. So that's basically my point on that front. And, you know, I'm sure that there are things that do need to be addressed from a balance standpoint. And, you know, we've already seen some of that go on right now. But, you know, I'm just, believe me, I've been interacting with some of these players on Twitter. In fact, like I said, I interacted with one shortly before the stream, and I'm pretty sure he fucking replied to me. I'm just not looking at it right now. And, you know, this guy, he left like a whole Bible of how he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that. I'm like, bro, just go play Dragon Ball FighterZ if you want brain dead gameplay. I'm just, you know, but anyway, let's see what these guys are saying now.
Rejoining us for this crazy ass segment, obviously, is Rip to my left. And Alex Lee's joining us, the voice of Invincible in Invincible Versus.
Is that it? No,
So
it's that one.
that one. Hello, people at home.
Dreamcast guy. That guy's a fool, man. That guy's a fool. But he has a large audience, you know.
A topic.
I don't know. I don't know why people watch him, honestly. But you know, everybody has different interests, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
I know a little
illustrator.
bit. I know a little.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see if his finger paintings are better than his art really quickly here.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll
So
see.
we're gonna have a topic, a minute on the clock. When that minute's up, and I'm the official timekeeper for this shit.
Yeah, Dreamcast guy is definitely a flip flopper, but there's a lot of people in the YouTube space that is kind of like that.
And chat gets to vote too, right? Chat
You
gets to vote
know,
too or something?
I can't see the
I remember I was talking to a very prominent fighting game player, you know, on Twitter. I don't want to mention his name because I don't think he wants me to go into detail. But we were talking about content creators and streamers that do a lot of flip-flopping. And, you know, there's nothing, and I told him this, and I'll say this on the stream. There's nothing wrong with if you have a change of mind, if you know, our opinions on things can evolve. You know, let's say if I'm talking about something, you know, PlayStation. And let's just say after doing a little bit more digging and research, I find that my point of view was actually incorrect.
Like,
if the information that I
you think about
learned
proportion or scale when you
kind of compels me to take a different stance, I feel there's nothing wrong with that because I'm trying to be accurate. I'm trying to be correct in what I'm talking
You
about.
got 10 seconds. What?
But if you're just flip-flopping based on you're trying to get more clicks and views, you're going with the mob mentality of everybody thinks this game sucks and you're going to go along with that, that's the shit that I don't really respect because it's not really your own opinion. You don't have an opinion.
Let's start with our guest.
You're just going with whatever side the mob is going. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing I'm not a fan of.
I started with landscape, and then
You know, like I tell people all the time, like
What is that?
you know, I'm not a fan of Nintendo as a company. I left that on my Twitter, I think yesterday. And you know, from a company standpoint, I'm like fuck Nintendo, and I don't back down from that. The only way I could see myself changing my stance on Nintendo is if there is a massive change in leadership.
All right.
But
Thank you,
when it
Alex.
comes to the developers
Now,
that
let's
make
see.
certain games on behalf of Nintendo, I respect that aspect. But the company itself, they can go fuck themselves. Especially when I recently saw that Nintendo is again trying to sue the company that made the game Pal World. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I even heard that Nintendo, if you can believe this shit, they actually put a cease and desist against the pro wrestler Cody Rhodes from WWE because he was on his podcast talking about the Legend of Zelda and the Triforce and all that stuff. And I'm like, are you fucking sick? You gotta be some real petty asshole to call out a professional wrestler as popular as Cody Rhodes or for a cease and desist when he is essentially giving you free fucking promotion. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck Nintendo. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I learned about this very recently because I do watch the Cody Rhodes, his little podcast that he has going on. And it's absolutely insane. This is why for all the things, my criticisms I levy against Sony, I have more respect for Sony as a company than I will ever have for Nintendo. And again, just to kind of put this out there, I'm well aware that Microsoft is not perfect. Believe me, I am not a fan of their pushing of DEI and all other stuff. But if I had to choose between the three of them, Nintendo will always be last as far as I'm concerned. Nothing against their games, but I look at Nintendo as being a fucking bully when it comes to other companies. And I just think it's fucked up as far as I'm concerned.
Your local comic store. Just saying.
I've already screwed it up.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. 30 seconds.
Oh God, what 30 seconds? Hold on.
All right. I'm not going to yell at you about basic shapes, but let's start with basic shapes.
These guys are having fun on stream.
Oh my lord. I almost don't want to look.
I would, the thing is, I would say this. I would love to see more developers do stuff like this. It's fun. It's engaging. This is something that honestly I don't really see from Tekken. So this is why just to shift gears for a moment, this is the reason why, I support these developers and that's the reason why I bought the game. And if I had more money, I would have bought the deluxe edition. But at the time, I was only able to get the standard. And the only reason why I was able to get it is because my friend helped me out. So so shout outs to him. I'll definitely be paying him back, even though he says I don't have to pay him back, but I intend to, because he definitely helped me out on that front. But I love to see developers put forth actual effort have more of a two-way communication with the community. I think stuff like that should be applauded and recognized and respected, because a lot of game developers don't do this.
You definitely have a distinct style. I see it coming through now.
I might have to rip your style.
I mean, look at them biceps, bro.
All right. So
I didn't get to the gauntlet though. Dang, did you get a gauntlet?
But yeah, but definitely shout outs to everybody in the chat right now. Appreciate the, how many of you guys are here. It's always a good thing. Feels good. Looks like these guys are having a good time with their little drawing, so that's pretty cool.
Side quest over here, vote number 1.
But yeah, I'm chilling. I'm feeling pretty good.
Rip number 2.
And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there was a couple of things. There was a lot of, there is a ton of fucking news surrounding Microsoft.
Yeah,
and
not quite old yet. I'm realizing you have to outline.
I want to, it's like I want to talk about it.
What says chat?
But I don't want to, I don't know. I'm thinking about just making a standalone video for it.
We are all tied up.
Is this the final round?
I mean, I could talk about it on stream, but I don't want to run the risk of getting sidetracked with the chat or anything like that. So I might just do, because it's a lot of news coming out of Microsoft, and the most recent is the potential upgrade to the Xbox Series X, and I don't think anybody really seen that coming. I'm not the foremost expert on PC technology, but based on what I understand, the Series X is positioned to have a sizable upgrade sometime next year. So yeah, so that's going to be very interesting. I don't want to speak too much on it because I'm still, I don't want to just talk about it for the sake of talking about it, because it's a little bit out of, like I said, it's more from the technical side. It's not so much business related, but it's more of like a development tool. And but it is something that the PS5 Pro has, and it's kind of just
rip one last round.
From what I can see, and here I am talking about on stream. Look at that. But from what I understand, it's something that can help with frame rate and resolution. And the question that I'm looking to get answered is this something that needs to be implemented physically on the console, or is this something that's just something that can be patched in from a software standpoint? Like, I don't know. So if for instance, if you were to buy a new Xbox now and then they come out with this upgrade, does that mean that those that have an Xbox prior, are we left out? So that's the part I don't know. But I've been educating myself on the technology itself. It's called FSR, I think it's called. I think it's Fidelity Effects, it's like FSR or something like that. And I believe they're up to 4.1. But suffice to say, the Xbox Series X, Microsoft has been investing in that technology since the console launched. Sony has done the same thing with the PS5, but they've only updated it up to, I think, about FSR 2. Either 2.1 or 2.2. Microsoft, on the other hand, has upgraded the Series X. I believe it's up to 3.3 or 3.4. If I might be off by a point or two. So when they FSR is technology, I believe, from AMD, and AMD is the company that both Sony and Microsoft are working with, in terms of providing their graphical processing unit and stuff like that. And so AMD is kind of making certain technology available for older chipsets. So since the PS5 and the Xbox Series X you know, consoles in general are basically made up of PC parts.
Very football.
With them bringing this new tech to older chips, that would also include older consoles. However, based on what I understand, the Xbox Series X is in a better position to take better advantage of this technology moving forward, slated to happen next year. Now, Sony can do it with the PS5, but it would cost them more time, money, and resources because Sony they stopped in upgrading their FSR aspect on the PS5 and they decided to go forward with the PS5 Pro. So that's been mostly their main focus. So it's a very it's a very interesting situation, and you know, I'm not the foremost expert on this, so I've been reading and watching a lot of more qualified content creators and insiders. And so far, you know, even me explaining it, I definitely know a lot more now than I did 48 hours ago. But when it comes like the business side, yeah, that's my wheelhouse. You know, Microsoft rebranding and them going, you know, just other things that they have going on. So I'm probably just going to make a big video and just kind of talk about all of that.
She's cute. She's giving you a thumbs up right there.
Where? Oh, that's some good detail.
These guys are going wild with these drawings.
I can imagine.
Honestly, I have to admit, I don't know if I would do. I don't think I would draw any better. So I can't criticize them too much.
Voila.
Oh my God, I think I could have did better with that, better than that one.
Wait a minute.
Oh Jesus.
How many eyes does this have?
It's a monster dog.
Okay.
Okay, that looks like a single eye rip.
But you know, I really,
Oh no, that's supposed to be a quad. That's a quad.
you know, I really do.
It's a quad.
I really do appreciate Microsoft putting forth the effort that they've been, because
For sure.
I've been telling
He's gonna come
people
first.
for
For sure you
years,
drew
even
a big
before I
one-eyed
started this
monster.
channel, that Microsoft has been playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers. You know, PlayStation, Sony, they are the market leader when it comes to consoles and whatever, you know, in terms of their brand recognition, which they've earned. However, you know, when you
I'm gonna ask you.
when you are the market leader,
to choose.
typically people should be reacting to what you're doing, not the other way around. And you know, I think now, I think recently there was another article I saw, I think early this morning, where they said something about Sony has confirmed that they're no longer putting their games on PC. I'm like, you know, I don't know what the point of that article was. I didn't really fully read it, but I saw the headline because I already knew this, because they don't want their exclusives to be on the upcoming Xbox console. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, you know, and I don't blame them. That is a smart move that Sony decided to do, because if Microsoft happens to come out with their upcoming console and it ends up being more powerful than the PS6, which is what the rumors are suggesting, then if I can play a PlayStation exclusive on a more capable piece of hardware, then why would I buy a PS6? You know, this is the conversation / argument that a lot of Sony fanboys don't want to accept. And so from a business standpoint, it makes all the sense for Sony to discontinue PC ports because of what Microsoft has coming down the pipe when it comes to them having a hybrid PC console. That's just what it is. Let me see what they got going on here. Oh, they took a break. Oh, okay. Because on my headset I have the volume muted. You guys are hearing the stream, but you know, so when I'm talking, I kind of turn the volume on my headset down so I can kind of focus what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, there are people that there's a lot of theories being passed around with how powerful the next Xbox is going to be, but I'm willing to wager it is going to be more powerful. But the main question is how much more powerful. You know, I think if Microsoft can have a meaningful amount of power advantage, I think that would go a longer way in justifying the higher price. But you know, I'm just looking from a business standpoint. If you have if you have a person that's looking to decide between a PlayStation 6 and a next Xbox console, if they do their own research and they find out, well, the next Xbox is like $1,000 or a little bit over, and the PS6 is like about 800 or so, but the power advantage or the capability is not that much difference, then people will probably side with PlayStation a little bit more. That's just what I see from the market. And I'm talking about like the casual person that may not, you know, some people, they do a little research, but if it's proven that the upcoming Xbox has a sizable advantage, then that would help to justify the price way more than if, you know, you're spending all that extra money for an upcoming Xbox, but it only has like a slight power advantage or whatever. Then it's like, okay, well, yeah, I can play my PC games, but there really isn't much of a power and capability difference between this and a PlayStation 6. So you know what? I'm just going to go with the PS6. So I think if Microsoft can come in to this upcoming generation and have a meaningful power and capability advantage, I think that would go a long way for them to justify the added price. You know, so, but, you know, all anybody can do is speculate on that. You know, I think the surefire thing is that it's going to be more powerful, but we don't know how much more powerful it's going to be, you know, so that's what I'm looking forward to finding out, you know, because you're going to have people on both sides, you know, people who love PlayStation, you know, they're Xbox fanboys, PlayStation fanboys, and that's fine. But I think if Microsoft can come out with a console that is, you know, meaningfully powerful, that might be enough to take a few PlayStation fans away. You know, it may not be many, but it is possible.
I mean, I've played, I've streamed the game, and I would say I win about half of my matches.
All right. So you know Mark's moves?
I know some of them. Yeah.
Okay. So you know some of them. So you know like the special moves.
Oh yeah, Hyper Stark. Yeah, the so
Neutral, special.
right now,
Exactly right.
since I'm eyeing an
special is gonna be
Xbox for myself, thanks to a few people that did donate to my PayPal, which again, just to put out there, I appreciate those that have, because it's making the pathway of me getting a next console much easier.
But then you're starting offense. Right?
I'm aiming to buy the Forza Horizon 6 bundle, and basically that's about $719 with tax and everything.
Yeah, that's about.
That's the perfect button to start.
It comes with the physical version or the disc of Forza Horizon 6 and a $90 controller.
You can try it.
So
Pretty hard, yeah, right? But
now, if you were to buy a
so
Series
you know
X
this move, right? You
just
go
by
back,
itself,
like, what you can
yeah, there's a
do
bundle
is
for it.
you can actually forward strike. Are you familiar
I don't know
with
if I can
forward
put it in my
I
chat. Maybe I
did
can.
3 times in the tutorial, and then I'm
Got it. Yes, exactly. That's most people in the game.
Let me see if I
So,
can
basically, in this
can
game,
do
with
that.
blocking, you have 2 options. One of them is heroic
Yeah,
strike,
let
by
me
getting
let me
medium and
see,
heavy together.
because I know I.
heavy together.
Yes, that's
Okay, so
why be on an Xbox controller, or it's like.
Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can just do that real quick.
Right. So I'm gonna do it.
Because I know I set that aside.
Exactly. And it says punish down there.
Okay, that's
Hold
That
on.
cost 1.5 of your yellow game.
It was
right
a
there.
Really?
Yeah, so even if a move is
Hold
broken
on, just
things
bear
like
with me
this,
for a
you
moment.
can actually block it and punish it by doing that. Wow.
Okay, I'll put it in the
And so now
Microsoft
next step comes.
section.
In this game, anything you're hitting or blocking, you can call your assist off.
Forza. Okay. So we got the link here.
Hit one of your assist buttons.
Let me see if I can put that in the chat here.
So now you can get a combo from something that was safe. Which is pretty crazy, right? So I think when a lot of
let's
people
see.
start with this game, they're either just standing here hitting jab, but you already
Did I
passed
do
that
it?
level. You already figured out.
Okay, I did.
This button.
Okay, so I put it in the chat.
Use one button.
Yes, it's fantastic. You got the character for it. But now you've got a defensive option if people are using that
Yeah.
against you. And so this works for like anything, right? So even if I do like Battle Beast, right? And I'm gonna do like this forward special, this is super good. If you block it, you can heroic strike this. Exactly, you can get a punish.
What's the time?
Oh, okay, so all right, so yeah, so that's what it is. So because when I saw that the regular just if you were to go and buy just a standard Xbox Series X, after taxes, it's like $708 or $710.
Like, first of all, when you're any hit,
So this
your
bundle,
assist button, that's gonna be an
you're
active
basically
tag.
getting a
So
free
that's-
game
so an active tag is when
and
you
a
get
free
the flag, you
controller
continue the combo to continue
for like
pressure,
$10
and
more.
out of that, there are three
So
options.
my
The
plan
regular option, the heavy option,
is
or the
when I
fake
get it,
option, right?
I'm gonna
So
see if I can
when that
sell the
character is tied
game
into your character, that's when you want to hit it.
and maybe sell the
So I'll
controller.
do it to you one more time.
You know, because
Okay, the timing on that.
you know,
Let's run that
I
again.
can play Forza Horizon from Game Pass, you know, and I'm not the most avid racing fan, but I do enjoy Forza Horizon. But I do plan on getting the Game Pass Ultimate, so it's kind of like,
So now it said you're too early.
you know,
So you came in
Forza Horizon 6 is not a game that I need to personally own.
before that.
Whereas, like, for instance, like Ninja Gaiden 4 is a game that I would actually go and buy and own,
Know that you could come
for
in with a
instance,
heavy
because there's no guarantee Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to stay in Game Pass,
tag in.
as opposed to something like Doom: The Dark Ages, which Microsoft owns Bethesda, so there's no chance of that ever
Somebody's
leaving.
really good at breaking, you just try to mix up their timing.
But Forza Horizon 6 will always be in Game Pass, and so if I want to play the game, I can just play it through Game Pass. So I look at the bundle of the game, I look at that as something I could just go and sell out, you know? So you guys understand what I'm saying. But thankfully, I found out that it's actually the physical game, because a lot of times when they have those types of bundles, it's like a digital code, and it kind of sucks because you can't really do anything with it. So my guess is that the game is not going to be in the box of the console. I have a feeling when I go for the console, they're just going to give the physical disc and they're going to give the actual physical controller separately. But I think, like, for instance, I bought. Let me give you an example.
Right there. The bulletproof is that double hit right there for his heavy. So as a player now, defending against that, I have to learn the timing of it, right? So
When I
don't know
bought-
what you're gonna do. You just guess.
If I just
I'm
put it
guessing based on what
here,
you try to hit me with.
when I bought this,
Right?
this is
So-
the Xbox One X. This came with a digital code for Fallout 76. So there really wasn't anything I could do with it. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of give an example of that, you know?
And then the next level, when I know someone's like always trying to break.
But yeah, so I'm glad that that it's going to be a physical game. So I definitely appreciate that.
My character's on this cooldown. I'm coming. Let me hit you. Oh, you got
Now I might keep the controller. You know, I might keep the controller. I don't know. It depends. But the game, and the thing is, I know Forza Horizon 6. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna stream it. You know, I'm probably gonna stream it very early on because it does look really good. But for me to just have the game physically, it's kind of not something I really need. And you know, so that's just kind of my thought process on it.
That's it right there. So right there, like you can actually combo if you start hitting.
But I know that not all the time you have bundles that give you physical games. So I you know, once I learned that was the case, I was like, all right, this is awesome news. But you know, it's gonna be a big purchase, and I wanted to do it by the 21st because May 21st I do get my YouTube payment, but I'm not going to be able to afford it outright.
big risk.
you know, because I think I said it last stream.
But again, it's a big payoff. You get your combo meter reduced.
You know, I don't want to be
significantly, so
broke
your combo meter,
until
that's what we're looking at.
June
When you
1st.
notice this even, but
So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit.
and that's
The next possible time I could do it is
if you do a feint, then that's
I would
successful,
say
you don't
next
get barred up,
Monday.
basically to nothing. So you get
I
a
could do
unbarred
it,
combo, essentially.
and then I can kind of just flounder a bit.
Very, very
You know, I can
basic
kind of just,
system.
you know,
And then,
I'll probably
you know,
fast for a few days and just kind of like, you know, focus and, you know, whatever. So it depends.
Yeah, it is a little expensive because it
You
costs
know,
1.5.
and also I remember shout out to Saint Mike. He donated 50 to my last stream, which I greatly appreciated. But
If you hit this button when
the
blocking,
thing is,
this will punch
when you're donated something directly to your YouTube channel,
you gotta block, hold that, and then you hit the dash during,
that is money you can't use right away. You have to wait until YouTube pays you out.
like, if you can find moves
So
where there's, like, a specific
so
gap,
that's the
like,
big
this is, I
difference.
think, maybe it was
Now
exactly-
I don't know, maybe, you know, I'm not criticizing, but let's just say hypothetically speaking, if the donation Saint Mike did,
during that entire
if
time,
it was
that's the
directly to my
button,
PayPal,
hitting the dash button.
then I could have used it right away. You know what I'm saying? But with the way YouTube works is that it goes towards your overall accumulated money.
Other than heroic strike.
And I think I mentioned the last stream, well, yesterday,
If I'm doing a bunch of hits, like, I'm just gonna do this on you.
YouTube pays you out once you exceed $100, but it's only once per month on from the 21st to about the 25th of the month. So for context, the donation that I got from Saint Mike, for instance, I'm not going to see that until June 21st is when I get that. So if that makes any sense. So that's kind of like how like when you're donating super chats or super stickers to a YouTuber, and I think Twitch people as well, you only get access to that particular money once you know, once a month based on, you know, if you made the quota or not. But if you go through somebody's like PayPal, or I don't know how Patreon works. I never used Patreon before, but I know like PayPal is pretty much right then and there instant. So that's just kind of how that works. So so yeah, because basically I've already set aside the money for the console, and you know, on PayPal, and I have the YouTube payment coming in 2 days. So when I get that, I'm not going to touch that money. I'm just going to put it with the PayPal and just, so at that point, it's about, it would be about 670, maybe $680. So with my console being 718, you can see that I'm still short by like $30 or so dollars. So I have to kind of wait a little bit longer to get that. So now I do have the opportunity this coming Monday, but even that's not going to be fully enough, and it's going to leave me with nothing to work with until June 1st. So it's kind of like, so that's kind of like the breakdown of what's going on there. But yeah, eventually I would say maker willing, I will definitely be back on June 1st or June 2nd, the latest. That's a fact. Because like I said, if I, you know, looking at what I currently have in PayPal, which is about, I think it's like about 430. I'm just roughly, because I'm not looking at my PayPal right now, it's like about $430. And then I get the 246 from YouTube. So if you add all of that up, about 430, and then
I run 14 times.
yeah,
and that was it.
430
But it was
and
very brutal.
246.
Trying to get
That's
back
still
into fighting
shy
again.
of
Very hard. I
718.
tried.
Yeah.
So
really,
it just, you know, I just have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, so
And
a couple things
and that's just
about
it.
If you're like in the air, right?
Unless
Like, first of all,
unless
being in the air
I
is
get
insane, trying to
you
get
know,
up there.
some other
If you're having
PayPal
trouble,
from
then you
somebody,
just,
you know,
jump
then
forward,
that
you know,
changes
like,
everything.
hit you.
But
And then with
but
Mark, you've
as
got,
it stands right now,
Mark, you've got, like, bunch of clothes. This
June
way,
1st is
off
June
the
1st or the
back, you
2nd.
can do down
That's going to be
medium.
like the,
Down medium is like your crossover
you
tool,
know,
so they're
that's when
boxing,
that's going to
like,
happen.
it's kinda hard to tell what
So
it is.
I'm and it's funny, even Spicy Punk Rocker, he asked me, hey, are you going to do an unboxing? And I was like, it's kind of silly because it's like I'm doing an unboxing for a console that's been out for 6 years. So, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for shits and giggles. I have to see how I'm going to orientate it because I think I'm going to have it on this desk, and I guess,
I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know, I guess I'll just turn the camera to like,
Yeah, so those are like things like that movie
I
is
think I'll
super
turn the
good.
camera to where it's like
heavy.
kind of like looking like this, I guess. Let me see. Kind of like this, and I'll just have the Xbox here, and I'm like, you know, doing my thing here with the hands and, you know, and all that jazz. So I think that's what I'll end up doing. So I'm excited, can't wait.
What's your next level combo after that?
I don't really know.
And the thing is,
go with the flow.
and I really wanted to touch on that, and I'm gonna say it again once I actually have it in my
So basically,
in front of me.
bread and butter, right? In this game,
Is,
like, you can do, like, combo is gonna automatically go into a super for you. That's great. It'll get you a little bit of damage. You can.
What was I
actually
gonna
add
say?
properties. Are you familiar? Okay, but the next level. from
I
that
believe me, I was really
is
considering,
what's
is it
called
worth
battery.
me
So
buying a
basically,
brand new
you can do
console?
one strength order,
I
or
believe
light
me,
medium
I was asking
Right, so
myself
you did
those
light, medium,
questions because I could, like, I could buy a refurbished console right now. I can, like, literally, I can end the stream and just go to fucking Best Buy or Target. But it's like,
and either way you can jump over.
I was like,
So go ahead and do the same thing.
I don't mind buying
Hold up,
used
and then there
games,
you can do the same thing. Yep.
but I don't like
Exactly.
buying
There you
used
can actually go back to
consoles.
lights if you want.
So,
Or you can do,
I've never been that
light and
type.
heavy again.
It's like buying a used car. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know what the fuck, you don't know what happened with that car before you got it. You have no idea. You know, so, and given the fact that it's so expensive, even the refurbished consoles are pretty pricey. You know, it's not like the refurbished consoles are cheap. You know, so I'm like, I might as well just spend the extra money. You know, it's a brand new console, as well as there are another thing to talk about is
Usually, sometimes I like
there
to
was a
just
bit of a
dive into
redesign with the Series X.
So in this game,
As expected, as you go through different consoles and over the time it's been out, apparently the new Series X's from 2024, they use a different cooling method. The CPU is smaller, the motherboard is smaller, and it also utilizes, I think, 11 or 13 watts less power. And the cooling mechanism that they use now, they use something called heat pipes, whereas the original Series X, they use something called a vapor chamber.
I see. Okay.
So, and it's the same thing with PlayStation. You know, when a console is launched, over the years, the manufacturer, Sony and Microsoft, they're gonna have more cost-effective ways to, you know, bring the console or keep it on the market over the course of years. I mean, so every time you see like a new PlayStation revision, even if there isn't anything different on the outside, the difference is usually on the inside. So from my understanding, the vapor chamber, I've heard that the heat pipes are a little bit better when it comes to venting out heat, and you know, so I've been doing more and more research on that. So it's been very interesting.
Really?
So it's, you know, because I was kind of wondering, like, did Microsoft do anything internally? And they ended up, they did, you know, so that's pretty cool. PlayStation 5, they made some changes as well, but from what I understand, some of the changes that they did make to the PS5, that, like, if you were to buy a PS5 now, is a little bit worse off than the version that came out during launch. At least that's from what I understand. I have to do a little more research into that, but the general consensus is that
Which one do we want?
the Xbox Series X's that came out 2024 and today,
If I do,
they're more efficient than the Series X's that came out at launch.
right.
You got the combos.
Right.
Active tag.
I would
You can heavy?
try to do at least one heroic strike. That's
All right, there you go. That's a good, good starting
Push
point.
block.
Yeah, you know, the controller. I mean, you know, you know, I left the link, so I guess you guys looked. I mean, the controller looks it looks interesting. And the retail cost of it is, speaking of devil, Saint Mike, what's up, man? I actually mentioned you earlier. I actually mentioned you earlier.
Because I'm not seeing it.
Let's see.
But
One more time.
but yeah, so it's good that I'm able to sell the game, and
You can put me on single player on the
you know,
ultramite difficulty.
so that's pretty cool.
Have you tried that?
I have.
Because a lot of times, you know, like I mentioned, you know, when you get these bundled consoles, the game that comes with it is a digital game, you know.
I've tried
So
and
so that's kind of how that goes.
So let's do.
Viltrumite? All right.
Yeah.
Get
But
it.
yeah, I'm definitely I'm super excited to, you know, get back on the Xbox train, and I'm definitely
This is the worst one to start with.
See so first?
yeah, man. I you know, because
No.
like, you know, I can play some games off of the laptop, you know, I can, but if I'm streaming it,
Okay, you got it. Watch.
I can't see the chat,
I believe.
you know, like I can't see the chat.
Do it again.
In fact, you know, I want to,
Okay.
let me show you what I mean. Fuck it. Let me just do this, because I'll leave this stream going on, but so what I have to do is we're gonna go to, and then I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can kind of see what I see.
You're right.
That assist again.
All right, how can I do that? All right, so let me open up the Xbox app. So right now it's, you know, I don't know what you guys are seeing right now, but
Oh, you got the combo though.
so let's see.
Maybe throw it
In fact, hold on, let me see. Okay, I think I have to change the window. All right, so if I change the window to, all right, hold up.
Oh, there we go. Get him. Get him. Oh, we got combos. You have to heavy combo. Active attack
And
face.
then you said.
Oh, we forgot. We forgot the buttons. I think.
Wait, how can I do this?
Ow. No, wait, hold on. He's doing that thing that I hate.
It should allow me.
He's too smart. They're too
Oh
smart.
gosh.
Okay.
He's a real Viltrumite too.
All right, let me just start Invincible versus. Well, first of all, let me see if this shit is even showing up on the screen, because I don't think it is. I think the other stream is showing. Okay, so
Red light will come back.
how can I get this to?
Oh my gosh, Iron Man is crazy.
Oh no.
Oh, they're going in.
Wait a minute. Is
It's
it
becoming more of a battle than I thought it was.
this
in the beginning.
way,
Heroic strike. Something.
or is it?
Yeah. Only on block you can heroic strike, but that was a good.
Because
call.
it should be
You're out of
popping
boosting right
up.
now, though, so you
Okay.
cannot heroic strike anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good about
good
snapping.
call.
You get rid of the prom
Oh man.
for a little bit.
It'll work.
That's true.
That's not beast.
No,
Look at combo.
it is. It's the beast.
Oh, okay. I understand. I have to put it in game capture. That's what's going on. Okay, so let me blank this out, and let me go, and it should show this right here. At least it should.
Before you do.
No. Don't do that. Oh, come on,
Let me
man.
see.
No.
Mark, no. Oh, good tag out.
How come it's not showing?
Oh yeah, down special is really good for all your characters.
Omni-Man doesn't have the follow-up.
Yo, the happy birthday.
Oh,
All right. Because I did this before.
You got this.
I don't know why it's not
The classics.
why it's not working right now. Because it's like so much easier on console than it is, you know, doing it this way.
Bring him back
Alright, let me see. Game capture. Let me hide this one. It should be showing it.
All right. Game on. 1 down, 2
Capture
to go.
specific window.
Oh, Red's good.
Oh,
Yo, he's got combos like that.
That's great.
be careful waking up, pressing buttons.
Oh no, is he
this is
dead?
dead.
No,
He's
he's
dead.
living.
This is so weird. I don't know why it's not showing.
It's too fast.
Because I had it working before. Alright, you know what? I'm going to start the game.
Disrespectful.
And so right now it's going through the cloud or whatever.
Genuinely
We're gonna
so
witness the fall of
Okay.
humanity.
Yeah, this is weird.
Wait, bulletproof.
Alright. I'm still waiting for it to kind of pop up.
All right, hold on.
Waiting. Okay, here we go. So if we toggle full
Missing
screen,
that one, so at least I have that one.
and all right, now let me see if I can kind of get this.
Oh, not the heroic strike.
You got no boost.
Is it like
That's good though.
this?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Let's try it again. Oh no,
It's okay.
Capture specific window. I don't know why this is so fucking difficult.
all right.
Boom.
It's just not popping up.
You got 2 characters left.
And
Just
one
an Omni
really strong Omni Man.
Oh, there it is. Finally. Jesus Christ.
Oh god. Fuck. Oh no.
Okay, so there it is. Okay. So now the thing is,
Disrespect.
from my vantage point,
Oh boy.
so this is,
Work again.
you know, basically here's the game. So the thing is, I can't interact with it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so when I'm pressing the button, nothing is starting. Right? So you see that? Pressing the A button, nothing's changing. So I have to exit out, as you see here, I have to exit out of OBS and go to the Xbox app directly. So now as you can see, I'm not seeing anything, but now I can play the game.
Try to read this.
You know what I'm saying? So now I can mess around with it. I can go to practice mode,
Question number 1.
but
Any plans
this is
to
what I'm
adjust
seeing.
motion inputs to make them feel
So you see
better?
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I can
We're
move
going
around.
to be evaluating motion inputs just like we would with any other system or character.
But then of course you got the ping issue.
We will fix
So the ping could be like 400. Sometimes it fluctuates. So it's not the best experience, but I can mess with the game, you know, just to kind of fuck around with it while I'm, you know, until I get my Xbox. So that's basically, you know, what's been going on. So that's what I have to do. So that's why it's like I can play it. I can play it on my laptop, but I can't really. I won't be able. Like I cannot do anything with the chat. I can run my mouth, but I can't see what anybody's saying. And then you know you can say, well, you know, you can use your phone. Well, you know, thanks to Tekken, I down-won my phone into oblivion. So I'm left with this piece of shit phone, which is if I were to try to run Twitch or YouTube on this phone, it just won't work. not effectively. So, you know, so I'm kind of limited by what I can do on that front. Let me get back to what I was watching before. Okay, so let me get out of game capture. Go back to window capture. Oh, wait, no. Wrong one. Let's go back to this one. Okay, there we go.
And then the patch notes will cover
So, yeah.
all of it.
So that's how it works for me.
Let me get there.
Yeah, so it's not. So like I said, I can play a game, but I can't really stream anything because I can't. You know, this is just what it is. Now on console, it's different because I can play off of my big screen TV, and I can see the chat, you know, just fine on my laptop. But if I have to do everything on the laptop, I can only do one or the other. I can't play a game and see the chat. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how that goes for me.
Focus on what is creating that friction and the perception of a lack of fun or whatever. But we're always kind of like the fun first.
But I'm just glad that Microsoft does have, you know, the Xbox Cloud and whatnot. So I'm glad of that because, you know, I am able to, you know, play something, you know. But my laptop is, it's not a super high-end laptop. It's kind of like mid-level, and I don't have an Ethernet port on my laptop or anything, so my laptop is Wi-Fi. So I'm basically playing Wi-Fi, and I'm playing off the cloud. So it's not the best online experience that you could have if you're playing on console. So that's why I decided to not go and bother to enter that Invincible versus tournament. You know, but if you have like one of those high-end laptops, and this shit wouldn't be nothing, you know. So, you know, shout outs to those guys that have those type of high-end laptops. Me, I'm not one of those guys. You know, thankfully my sister ended up buying me this laptop when I moved into the apartment, which was completely unexpected. It's kind of like an apartment warming gift, I guess. So I was totally not expecting that. But I am glad that, you know, it's still a capable laptop. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's not going to be like I remember when Tekken 8 first came out, and this was before I would eventually learn how stupid the game would become. When I played Tekken 8, the closed beta, I tried to play the game on my laptop, and that shit was running like 8 frames per second. That shit was hilarious. I was showing my friend, he was like, yo, what the fuck am I even watching? Like, I think I did like a hop kick, and I was able to count the individual frames. It was insane. I was like, nah, this is unplayable. So yeah, and also Tekken 8 is not cloud enabled, so for some reason, I don't know why. So you can't play Tekken 8 through the cloud. If you could, then, you know, at that time, I probably could have done that. I don't know about Street Fighter 6. I don't know if Street Fighter 6 you can play through the cloud. But I know Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 11, Invincible versus, you know, those games you can play off the cloud. So that's cool.
Get a deluxe edition, why not? That's true. We're building the game for you and your friends.
Let me listen to what these guys are talking about.
The game will do more and more stuff, guaranteed.
Oh, okay, they're ending. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Was that your outro? No, that was the line before outro. What do you want from me? All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you all next time.
Buy more copies of the game.
Oh, okay. Because like I said, like a lot of times, like if I'm yapping, I'm probably like turn the volume down on the headset. So I didn't know what the hell they were talking about just now. But I am glad at least that the developers, they do take the time to listen to feedback, and you know, everything is not perfect, but I do appreciate their efforts. In fact, I did let me just go to Twitter real quick. Oh, I forgot, let me get out of the game because I'm not even messing around with this right now. All right, I can end this. So let's end that. And okay, let's go to my Twitter. So yeah, you can see you know, or at least I think you can see. Is it showing up? Oh no, it's not. Okay, hold up. Let me just change that real quick. Should show. It should. Oh, wait a second. I gotta do this. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So basically this was my comment here on Twitter, where I said, I'm very appreciative of the devs' efforts regarding this game and staying on top of things. While people may bitch and complain about things that can simply be labbed, I'm sure there are other things that do need to be addressed. I respect the maintained effort for this game, and and then there's Rip. He liked it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. Oh yeah, this is the guy that was talking. What I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, that he wants this game to basically be Dragon Ball Fighters. This guy Shredder. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but I'm just like, bro, like it's just ridiculous. I just told this guy, like, look, just go and play Dragon Ball Fighters and call it a day. If you want to turn a fighting game that's 2 players into a single player affair, just go play Marvel or Dragon Ball Fighters, and you'll have all the fun you want. So that's what I said on that front. So yeah. Let me see. They wait. Yeah, they're gonna so they're gonna have a patch for the game, gameplay wise, balancing individual characters, but they're gonna unveil that after the Combo Breaker tournament, because it makes sense, because you don't want to do a major balance patch before a tournament, because you don't have what am I saying? The players won't have enough time to adjust to the new changes of the game. So I like that they're considering that, and they're waiting until after the Combo Breaker event in Chicago to be finished, and then they're gonna roll out that update. We all know what the characters of Tekken 8 is going to be, so I have no interest in it. And I guess it's going to be Bob, because that's the next one on the list. I have absolutely no. I have no care at all for any of the characters coming for that game. None, zero. I have no. It's so bad that I know that I think they dropped the Kunimitsu trailer. I've never even, I think they did. I haven't even watched the shit yet. I haven't even bothered watching it. So I think somebody told me that they did drop the Kunimitsu trailer. At least I think so. Unless they were lying to me, but I haven't fucking looked at it, so I could care less. Because it's going to be Kunimitsu, Bob, the stupid kangaroo joke character, and then I have a little bit interest in who the mystery character is, but that's going to be sometime next year, or late winter, probably December or something like that. So, but outside of that, I don't really care. The only thing about Tekken 8 that's of interest, like I said, is the mystery character and the and just whatever they choose to do with the update for May. Which I think they should be, because I know they did say that they're going to bring something else out. So we're already at May 19th. So I don't know if they're going to push that update back into June. But, when it comes out, I'll probably make a video about it and give my thoughts on it. For the avatar character, you can earn rewards. You talking about Tekken? Huh. Oh, you're talking about Street Fighter. Oh, okay, I see. I scrolled up a bit. Okay. Yeah, I seen I seen Rooflemonger, you know, he made a video about that. Yeah. I seen he made a video about Street Fighter 6. I didn't really get a chance to watch it yet, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what's what. It's cool. I mean, it's interesting to recognize that Street Fighter 6 has been out for what, 3 years? I think it came out 2024. Or no, 2023, I think. So that's pretty cool. So Avatar Arcade. Yeah, I mean, it looks to me almost like a Ghost, maybe like kind of like an offshoot of like Ghost Battle or something. So that's pretty, I think that's pretty cool, you know. Or no, maybe not. No, because I know in Street Fighter 6, it's been a while since I played it. You can have your avatar character, like the character you go through like the world tour with, you know, unless you're talking about that. But if you're just talking about like the little character you dress up to walk around in the world of Street Fighter 6, then that's different for me. Either way, I haven't played Street Fighter 6 in forever. I thought about jumping back in. And when I say forever, the last time I played Street Fighter 6 was about, I would say, 2 weeks after M. Bison came out. So that's the last time I played, because Bison is one of my favorite characters. And so I believe Bison was the first character of season 2. So that was the last time I played Street Fighter 6. So it's been a flaming hot minute. But I've always I intended to go back to Street Fighter 6. But I guess, you know, I remember I was playing a lot of Diablo 4. I think I was still messing around with Tekken 8 at the time. I was trying to grind for ranks with Raven like an idiot. And so I guess I just never got back. I never got back to playing Street Fighter 6. I think Elena, I think that's, was she? I don't fucking know. I don't even know. The only thing I remember was I think for that season it was Bison, Mai, Terry, and I forgot who the fourth character was. I think season 3 was Elena. I think I could be wrong. Oh, Elena. Oh, so okay. So Elena was season 2. Oh, okay. I forgot about that, because I really didn't have much of an interest in Elena, honestly. But I mean, she's always been a good-looking character, but I was like, you know, I'm not a fan. Bison was basically the main character for me. Because I think I bought the deluxe edition of Street Fighter 6. I bought the deluxe edition, so I had the first season pass, you know, so I had everybody. And then for season 2, I just bought Bison, and that was it. And even for this season, I think season 3, I had all the intentions of picking up Sagat, because I liked his redesign. He was more like Muay Thai centric, so I kind of like that. But a lot of the other characters, I never cared about Alex, care less. But I did like that. What's his name? Kenny Omega. He did a lot of the actual choreography for the game, which was pretty good. So definitely shout out and respect to him on that. I can care less about that stupid looking character, Ingrid or whatever her fucking name is. It's like a dumb looking character as far as I'm concerned. A character nobody asked for, to be perfectly honest. So I don't know, you know. But yeah, I do intend on getting back into Street Fighter. I do I do want to, like, you know, there's so many, like, I feel like with this, with me buying a brand new Xbox console, it almost feels like this is like a big fucking reset for me, kind of, you know. So at least maybe that's how I'm looking at it. So, you know, I do want to get more into Virtua Fighter, because I am decent. I'm not great, but I'm decent. And Street Fighter and stuff like that. And you know, there is a part of me that, you know, I kind of do think about Tekken 8. Not Raven, I'll tell you that much. Not fucking Raven, but Steve Fox, you know. But I've said so much shit about the game. I'm like, damn, man, it's gonna be real hypocritical if I do play the game again. So I'm like, let me just not. I'm not gonna play myself, so I'm not gonna go that route. But you know, when you've been playing a franchise for 31 fucking years, like, you're gonna get moments where you're like, you know, you kind of, you know, the game has stupid mechanics, but there is a change from Steve Fox that I really do like, and it's actually something I never thought of them adding it, but when I saw it, I immediately was like, okay, I can do something with this. And that's the for those who have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, this is Tekken 8, Steve Fox, his peekaboo stance down 2, or his down right punch. Now you can actually cancel the actual move, because the move, from what I remember, is 26 frames. So it was never a move that you were going to really do any mix-ups from. It was too slow. But it is a perfect high crush. It is a counter hit launcher. But the fact that now you can cancel it, I love moves you can cancel. I'm like an offensive fucking scientist. And I remember when I did the video of when season 3 first dropped, after I ended the stream, which was fucking, I don't know how long ago it was now, I took Steve into the lab and I was like, oh, okay, I like this particular move, you know, like I like when characters have moves that they can cancel. You know, it just adds a completely different layer to a character. And I think that's pretty cool for Steve Fox. So, you know, if I were to play Tekken 8, I would focus more on Steve Fox than I would Raven. Raven, I don't even want to, like, that character's fucking trash as far as I'm concerned. But Steve, I feel, would be more of my interest if I were to go back to playing Casino 8, which I highly fucking doubt. But I have Invincible versus to keep me busy. I have Virtua Fighter. I do have some interest in Street Fighter because it's been forever since I played it. But we'll see. I mean, when I get my new console, I do want to mess around with Forza Horizon because, you know, it looks amazing. And, you know, I've always loved the Horizon franchise. I was never so much a Forza Motorsport guy because, you know, I've always felt like that particular franchise was geared, pun intended, was geared toward people that were really like car aficionados, like those master level, you know, high-end car lovers. And Horizon was more like the open world, have fun, explore, you know, I guess you could say the casual experience. So I've always enjoyed the Horizon games more. And, you know, so I'll probably mess around with it. But yeah, I mentioned Saint Mike. I mentioned you earlier before you popped in. I was just saying like the time of which when I would pick up the console and I was basically doing a bit of number crunching, and I was saying that right now, I have, just a rough estimate, I had about, or have 430 in my PayPal, and on I guess in 2 more days on the 21st, I'll get my YouTube payment, which is like 246. So if I combine that, it's still not enough for me to go and pick up the console then. So I can put a little bit more toward it to where I could pick it up, but I think I said even the last stream that I'll end up being broke for the rest of June. Not the rest of June, excuse me, until June 1st. And then that's when I made mention, and I just said like, hey, you know what, if hypothetically speaking, if Saint Mike donated the 50 that he did yesterday, if it was to my PayPal, I would have been able to use it right then and there. But because it was through YouTube, and I was kind of explaining to people that whenever you get donations on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, the streamer or the creator, they can't use that particular money until YouTube or Twitch pays them out. And so that's why for me, on the 21st of this month, I'm getting the 242 payment from YouTube. That's already locked in. And so the donation that St. Mike sent me yesterday, that's going to be applied to the to the June 21st payout, which thanks to St. Mike, I will have a payout for June. So I'm definitely happy for that. Because like I said, in order for anybody on YouTube to get anything paid out, you have to reach that $100 quota, and anything you make above that. But if it's below 100, you just it just rolls over into the next month. You don't get nothing until you get past that quota. So that's kind of like how that works. But I'm just happy that by June 1st or June 2nd, I will have that console. And then it's kind of like, all right, games to play. You got folk like Jules and some other people that love the RPGs and stuff like that. And then it's like, all right. And the thing is, I've been saying for months, and like I said, I suck with procrastination, but I've said like, oh, I'm gonna do some schedule stuff, and in my mind, I always felt like I remember I said this to Jules one time, it might be a few months ago, where I'm like, if I were to play a particular JRPG and stream it, right? Let's say if I streamed, I don't know, Witcher or Final Fantasy or something. But I'm just using Jules as an example, right? But let's say if people want to see me do that, but when I go live to do it, maybe, they're at work, maybe they're, with their boyfriend or maybe with their girlfriend. For whatever reason, they don't catch the stream. So in my mind, does it really matter to those people if they miss the live, but during the live, I was playing the games that they wanted me to play anyway? Like, does it really matter if they catch the live while I'm playing the game in question? And that's the thing that I was kind of always overthinking, because, I was really thinking that because, there's so many games I can mess around with. But, like I said, just because I go live doesn't mean the world stops. You guys got your own lives and shit like that. You know, so if I were to say, you know, I'm gonna play fucking Cyberpunk, you know, or any other game, you know, or the one she just mentioned, well, that's if I can pick it up, the Elliot game, let's just say. But if I play let's say if I play like the first 2 to 3 hours of the game, but let's just say Jules ends up missing that live stream, but she can catch, you know, it, you know, after it's live. Does that really matter for people? And I would imagine it does for some, you know, so that's why I was like, all right, well, maybe I could do a schedule. But even if I do a schedule, let's say if I'm like, all right, fuck it, you know, June 9th at like 2 p.m., I'm going to be playing this game. Well, maybe that date and time, the person that may want me to play that game, they're probably on vacation or they may have to work. So I kind of think about all that shit. So I don't know. Like I said, I fucking overthink shit, but that's kind of what it is. So it's just kind of like, I don't really know if, I mean, I don't think it should matter, you know, because like, for instance, like when you're done with a live stream, you know, it ends up becoming like a regular video anyway, you know, like that's just kind of how it goes. So I don't know. I'm not, you know, so sometimes I've been really overthinking that. Like even like, for instance, like, let's say if I were to play Virtua Fighter, you know, there's a few subscribers I have that, you know, they've been, I want to say begging me, but they've definitely been advocating for me to play Virtua Fighter. And let's say I finally do it and they're not around, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, does that really matter so much? So I don't know. I'm going to try to figure something out. Or I'll test the waters out, because the thing is, when you're playing like a role-playing game, you know, or just a single player game in general, it's a little bit different, because a fighting game or you know, it's kind of just all competition. You know, you can pop in the stream, you can pop out the stream. Oh, okay, he's playing against this person. But when you're playing a single player game, it's kind of like, let's just say if I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? Whatever the fuck game is. Well, let's say if my first stream, I'm doing the prologue and then I'm doing like just the early part of the game. And then let's say if you miss that stream, but then the next stream, I'm like, you know, a little bit further ahead. Does that really matter to people? You know, so that's why I look at people like Fighting Cowboy and Co Carnage, and I know they're vastly larger channels, but I kind of look to see how they do it, because those are the type of games they play. You know, they play a lot of like single player games and stuff like that. And so, you know, now I do know that once their stream is done, that's when they start to organize things into like a playlist. And I tried to do something similar to that when I was trying to play a few games like Dragon Age, the Veilguard. I know people didn't like that, but I enjoyed the game, just minus the mental illness narrative. But the game itself, like the graphics, the combat, the skills, I do appreciate that aspect of the game. Or like if I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, you know, so it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like figuring out the fucking system and shit. Let me see. Wow, game codes, huh? Well, I mean, I guess I tell people that they can message me on Twitter. You know, my Twitter is basically the same as my channel. You know, so you can DM me on my Twitter. You know, my Instagram, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about reworking my Instagram, because I kind of want to separate, like I kind of want to do like create more of a personal account for myself. So I'm still kind of figuring that out. but my Twitter, like I'm sure that you know, if you just hit me up on Twitter, you know, I'll check it and I'll, you know, it shouldn't be an issue for that. But yeah, that's definitely one of the long-term plans, is to kind of be in a position to where I can look to do some game codes. Like I can tell you, I'll be honest with you. I'm really, really high on Lords of the Fallen 2. And I will, again, I'm saying it again because I'm so stressing it. I would love to be able to have some bit of early access for that game. I've been talking with one guy. He's one of the I don't think I think he's either a community manager or he's a developer. I actually have to find out. But I've been very high on that game. To me, I feel it's definitely a strong contender for a game of the year. If nothing else, I think it should be nominated, in my opinion. You know, with all of the things I've been seeing for them doing with the upcoming game. So I would love to be in a position to play test that game specifically. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So you tried to DM me on Twitter, really? No, because I mean that's kind of strange. All right, you know what? Well, I mean, if you're like assuming you're typing it the correct way, because it's Red Related, it's basically same as my channel, same as YouTube. So if I like, I'll go to my Twitter right now, and if I go to chat, let me see here, let me look at unread. I have one message, but that's settings. Let me check my settings. Maybe this is what I need to do. Okay. Oh, that's what's going on. So I'm in my settings. I'm not looking at the chat right now as I'm on a different screen. It says allow messages requests from. Oh, that's why. I think I have to because it's highlighted on no one. So let me select it to everyone. Well, actually, no, let me put everyone. And allow audio and video calls from people I follow. I think that should be it. So let me, all right, all right, let me refresh that. Let me see if that even took hold. That might be the reason why people have been telling me I can't hit you up on Twitter. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? So that might be it. So let me just double check to make sure those changes took hold. Okay. Let me look at account information. No, it's not that. Where the fuck was I just now? Oh, chat. Okay, there we go. So we go here. And we go to settings here. Okay, so I should. Okay, so if you okay, so if you can go to my Twitter right now and try to send me a DM, and I should get it now. Since because honestly, I never fuck with the settings when I created my Twitter, so I just left it all by default. But I changed one of the settings to everyone, so that might have been the reason why I wasn't getting messages. So just head over to the Twitter and just send me a DM, and I'll check it right now to see if I got it. And you know, if you do, let me know so I can go and check it. And that's it, really. Let's see. Do, do, do. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, because I'm dealing with some fucking idiot online. I made mention of some fool on Twitter that he basically wants Invincible versus to be Dragon Ball Fighters, basically. So I just checked my Twitter and I saw he just left me something saying he plays 20 plus games. And he's saying, "Oh, you're a casual. Have you ever been to a tournament?" I'm like, kid, I'm 45 fucking years old. I've been competing in this scene probably longer than you've been alive. Like, it just dealing with these people on Twitter. It's like, this shit is exhausting, bro. But unfortunately, when you're a content creator, like, I can tell you this much, 100%. If I was not doing this shit, I wouldn't even have an account on Twitter. I wouldn't even bother. I would not fucking bother. But Twitter is a good source for news, but every now and then, and the only reason why I even, and I guess I'll blame myself. The only reason why I interacted with this fool is because it's so annoying when you have people that they tag the developers of a fighting game or some like a console manufacturer, and they're bitching and complaining, and you never know. Sometimes the developers will literally look at people like that person as like the source of authority. Like, okay, we need to change this, and I'm like, no, like it's like my attempt to try to counteract the bullshit. So that's basically what I did, because that's why I'm like, you know, he's coming at it like saying he doesn't like this. And I'm like, you want Invincible Versus to become Dragon Ball Fighters, so just play fucking Dragon Ball Fighters. There you go. Like, if you like, his whole argument is literally, I don't like that when I touch the opponent has ways to get out of my shit. That's his argument. He wants to hit you with something and eliminate your whole character. That's the gameplay he wants. And I'm just telling him, like, Marvel vs. Capcom and Dragon Ball Fighters caters to that style of play. Just play those games. Like, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But, you know, it's so unnerving, because I've seen many times over the years that you have people like that guy, and they will bitch and complain so much that the developers will actually change the game around nobodies like that person. And it's like, it's unnerving. It's absolutely unnerving. You know, it's like the example I gave. It's like you're a vegetarian, but then you go to fucking a steakhouse complaining that there's meat here and we want vegetarian stuff. Instead of taking your ass to the fucking vegetarian restaurant, you want the fucking steakhouses to accommodate your ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. In fact, you know what? Fuck, let me show you exactly what I mean. Because this is fucking stupid. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure, because I want to get the beginning of it. I think it was this. And was it this one? Let me make sure. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this guy leaves a whole fucking Bible. So this guy right here. So basically he leaves a whole fucking Bible bitching about the fucking game, bitching about sudden death, like all of this bullshit. And I'm like, bro, like you can't be fucking serious. And basically everything in here, he wants this game to basically be Dragon Ball Fighters. That's it. Like, he doesn't like that you have interactions in this game. He just wants, he basically wants a fucking one touch, one kill type of game. That's basically what he wants. That's it. And I'm just like, go play like what the fuck? Absolutely insane. Talking about, assist loops are cool as fuck. It's some fucking clown. Some fucking clown. Like, yeah, so I'm just like, whatever, bro. Like, it's just really annoying. And, it's like I deal with people like this even when I'm talking about Microsoft, and then they're like talking about this. I've had people, they bring up, oh, we want the Xbox Snap feature back. And I'm like, you guys have no idea. Like, it's just, I think what it is, because it even mentally drains me even bringing this up. It's like social media allows every Tom, Dick, and Harry to voice their insignificant opinions, which with no regard of any level of understanding, no research. It's like everybody has a voice, and quite frankly, there are some people I believe should not have a voice, not on matters like this, because a lot of times these same types of people who choose to not lab the game, they want the game to be like another game. They ruin the overall experience for everybody else, because a lot of times some of these people, they have a little bit of influence. They probably are bitching and complaining like through the roof. And then it's like a developer may come across that and think like this is like valid. This is like a legitimate thing, when it really isn't. It's just some random that's just bitching and complaining that doesn't know the first thing about what the fuck they're talking about. And so on one hand, yeah, social media is great as a tool to market, to promote your business, to do things of that nature. But sometimes there are people that are just too fucking ignorant and stupid, and they have a platform to which they can shout from. And unfortunately, there are instances that I have seen in the past where a developer will look at that and be like, well, maybe we should change this. And then they go and change it, and now the game is fucking ruined. And I've seen this happen many times. And so I guess when I saw that fucking Bible of his, I couldn't, but even still, I was still, even just to kind of let me go back to my response. I should have just showed that so people won't say, well, you didn't show what you said. Let me see. Let me go back to this. All right. So my response was this. This was my response. You know what I'm saying? So that was my response. I said people like you should simply go play Marvel or Dragon Ball Fighters. Dragon Ball Fighters then. I should have put a comma there. If you want brain rot combo documentary style interactions where a fighting game turns into a single player experience, there are titles for people like you. One of the main draws of IVS are the interactions. If you don't want the interactions of Invincible Versus, then go and play a game that doesn't have those interactions. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I think that's pretty fucking concise. Like, if you don't like it, there are other games for you to play that caters to your style of brain rot, because it is brain rot. You are literally like, I remember. In fact, let me have some more fun with this. I'm gonna have some more fun with this. I know I have this clip. It was a while ago. I took a clip of Dragon Ball, and just to kind of illustrate this. Okay, so here's one clip. Here's one clip. This is basically what this guy wants, and I'm gonna show another clip. This is what he wants. So he wants all of this. He wants this. This is what he wants. So he wants you to basically be in this situation where you lost damn near over half your fucking life because you got touched one time and you can't do fuck all about it. That's what players like him want. And it's even worse. In fact, there's another clip I've been using just to illustrate things. Let me see. Oh, this is my favorite. I think it's this one. So basically, if you noticed, right here, I believe at this point, I think he got hit by an assist. Wait, did he get hit by an assist? He got knocked back somehow. Yeah, he got hit by an assist. And now it just continues. So this is what he wants. This is what he wants. Now you sit there and wait for your character to die. Great game. Great game. So that's what this guy wants. And if you want, if you want that style of play, then Dragon Ball Fighters, that's the game to play. That's the shit. If you want that, if you want to get hit by some miscellaneous tactic and then watch your character die via a fucking combo documentary where now the game turns to a single player type of game, there are games out there where it is right up your alley. And I can tell you right now, if that is what happens with Invincible Versus, I'm quitting this game. I'm quitting the game because it's for that reason why I quit playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Once players started coming up with these touch of death combos left and right, once that shit started to happen, I quit the game. It was an easy choice. When the game launched, I was having a good time. I love Frieza. It's my favorite character. I think I played like Frieza. I think I used Hit and Teen Gohan, I believe, and sometimes Kid Buu. But once the people started to find out all these stupid death combos and all activate the sparking and an entire character dies, and all, like, I was like, fuck this game. I'm done. I'm fucking done. It's basically Marvel versus Capcom with Dragon Ball characters. That's basically it. And that's precisely the main reason why people play the game. They play the game because it's Dragon Ball characters. They play Marvel versus Capcom because it's Marvel fucking characters. If you strip away the licenses of those games, they will nowhere near be as popular as they are. That is 100%. I will stand firm on that statement. People play this game because they can use Goku. They can use fucking Cell. So that already has people hyped to play the game. But when you look at the game, which a lot of gamers don't do, when you look at a game objectively, like, what does the game allow you to do defensively, offensively? What are the mechanics? This game is fucking broken. Period. But people keep playing it because they're able to play as their favorite Dragon Ball characters. That's why. So, and then you have those people, once they master these fucking endless fucking combos and they're making money off the game, then of course they're gonna fucking, praise the game for everything it's worth because they're able to profit off the game. But the game itself is shit. If you take away the Dragon Ball license and look at the game objectively, it is literally a get touched, start watching. That's it. There is no real defensive mechanics in the game. They say, oh, it has a push block. Get the fuck out of here. I remember when people, when they were talking about that push block in this game, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. It's one of the biggest jokes going for that game. That's a lot of times people who defend this game, they be like, well, it has a push block. Get the fuck out of here. That shit's a fucking joke. So when you have a mechanic that allows you to actually break out of somebody's combo, they don't like that, because they don't like that now they have to work just a little bit harder to get over on their opponent, instead of just kind of having a fucking a lucky strike, and then because that lucky hit, oh, now their entire character's gone. Like, fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Like, I wonder, why do games like this even have a health meter? What's the point of having a health meter if the minute you get touched, your character's dead? What's the fucking point? Just have it like on some Bushido Blade shit. Just one hit and you die. That's it. Just call it a fucking day. Stop wasting people's time. If you get hit one time, you're dead. Make it simple. And I know that sounds stupid, but that's how stupid the argument is for these games. Like, when you have a game that has absolutely no real defensive mechanics that's meaningful, no real interactions, it's just rock'em sock'em robots. You get hit one time and your character becomes a punching bag. Like, that shit's trash. It's trash. There's it just... But I understand that there's some people out there that love this shit, and largely because of the license, and probably because it does well on their channel. They may be competitive players, they're getting money out of it. But as somebody like myself, which represents the minority here, looks at the game itself as a product, from a mechanical standpoint, it's an awful, broken, busted game. And the developers of Dragon Ball FighterZ, they gave zero fucks. There were so many things in this game, in this franchise, that developers could have a field day and reworking, rebalancing, but they choose not to fucking do it because they're like, look, they're buying it, they're playing it, we don't care. That's why I really like and respect the Invincible Versus team, because they're literally going on live stream saying, hey, we're finding these touch of death routes, these combo routes, and this ain't what we want our game to be. You know, we can let it rock. Like if you just still want to, and that's another thing. They have said if you want to do those crazy combos, that's fine, but we're going to make it so that it's not optimal. So it's basically like you're doing it to troll your opponent, but the damage scaling is going to kick in, and you know you're doing your 80 hit fucking combo, but it's not going to be optimal. So shit like that, and them addressing these infinite loops, if I understand it correctly, basically in Invincible versus when you call out, just when you do a standard assist, it's a 3-second cooldown. When you hold the opposite direction and press the assist button at that point, it's a 6-second cooldown. So what it sounds like to me, because I don't think I was really fully paying attention to that part of the stream, it sounds to me that if you are doing a combo with your active character and you call in assist 1, that is now a 3-second cooldown. So you do your combo. When you call in assist 1 again, after that time, assist 1 now has a 6-second cooldown. So it's almost like they're doubling the cooldown for each time you call that assist. That is good shit, because then that will eliminate those particular assist loops to where you could just kind of just keep wash, rinse, repeating the same fucking nonsense, where it's like, okay, so I got hit and now I gotta watch a fucking documentary until my character is out of there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I really respect the developers for, is that they see it. They may not catch everything right off the bat. They may not catch everything, but I definitely appreciate that they are putting forth that effort and recognizing, or not maybe not recognize, but basically they're not saying it, but they are saying it. They don't want their game to become Marvel versus Capcom. They don't want their game to become Dragon Ball Fighters. Because if that was the case, they would have left in all of the bullshit that's been going on so far. They would have made no changes, really, outside of maybe bug fixes from the beta to launch. There would have been no update. So I definitely appreciate the developers in doing that, because again, I am not interested in fucking watching this bullshit. I have no fucking interest in sitting here and literally putting my controller down and watch motherfucking Goku fucking have his way with my character until the end of time. Like I don't give two fucks. I don't care. It's not my bag. It's not the type of time I'm on. It's just not, it's not for me. So that's the reason why I don't play the fucking game. But you have stupid motherfuckers that I was interacting with on Reddit 2.0. You might as well call it that, Reddit 2.0. I don't call it fucking Twitter. It's Reddit 2.0. That he leaves a whole fucking Bible talking about, oh, you know, why are you taking out assist loops? Like, get the fuck out. Go play this bullshit then. Fuck out of here. Talk about he played 20 plus fighting games. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Let me look at this guy's post again. Let me look at this shit. This fucking idiot. And this is why, like, let me see. Him talking his shit. Let me look at this again. Where is it? Replies. Let me see. I think it was right here. So he talking about assist loops and shit like that, and he wants this to be in the game and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, man, there's other games for people like this guy. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, I do not want this game to turn into fucking Dragon Ball Fighters. I do not. If you want Dragon Ball Fighters, just play Dragon Ball Fighters, bro. That's basically what it is. That's just crazy to me. So like this guy talking about 20 plus fighting games, bro. I'm 45 fucking years old. I've literally played everything that has a punch, kick, or slash button. Like, the fuck you talking about? But you know, unfortunately, people like that guy exists, unfortunately, and it's just like, it's just really retarded, you know. And I would definitely say this part as well, just speaking about the game in general. I just want to just mention this. One of the things that I would personally love, and I wanted to kind of demonstrate this in the game, but you know, obviously I don't have my fucking Xbox and I don't feel like firing it up on the laptop. And that comes down to the assist breaker. So for those that don't know, if you are getting hit in Invincible Versus, if you're getting hit, right? Let's say if I'm playing you and I'm Thula, which is my favorite character right now, and I'm fighting against, I don't know, Conquest. So Conquest hits me, like standard hit. As long as I have 2 boost meters, I can hold the boost button, which is the right trigger, right trigger, and I can hit one of the assist buttons, right? Either left bumper or left trigger. If I hit the left bumper, it's going to do an assist breaker using my assist 1 character. So it's going to be like assist breaker or something like that. It's going to eliminate your combo at the cost of me using 2 of my boost meters. But what ends up happening is the character, now this is important, the character that I used to disrupt your combo, that character is on a 10-second cooldown. So that means I can't use that character's assist. I can't tag that character in for 10 seconds. Now that's fine. I feel that's fine. That's a fair trade. The thing that I don't like about it is that the assist 2 character that had nothing to do with the break is on an 8-second cooldown. So basically, when you do an assist breaker for 10 seconds for the first character that you did the assist breaker and 8 seconds for the character that had nothing to do with the situation, you're basically playing a 1v3 scenario for about 10 seconds. That's the part that I don't like. And the thing is, with the change that the developers made with the game of Invincible, to where in order for you to do a heroic strike, which is kind of like the game's version of an alpha counter. I'm sorry, I wish I had the game to demonstrate it, but you know, my fucking Xbox is fucked up. But you know, typically the heroic strike would be like what you would consider an alpha counter if you're talking about Street Fighter terms, you know. In the beta, it only took 1 boost meter to do it. After the beta for official launch, it takes 1.5 meters. So what does that mean? That means that if you do an assist breaker, which costs you 2 out of your 3 boost meters, that means that you cannot do a heroic strike because you only have 1 boost meter left. And in order to do the heroic strike, you need 1.5 meters to do it. What I would like to see changed is if you do an assist breaker using, say, your assist 2 character, the assist 2 character will have the penalties of getting you out of the combo, I would say, but the assist 1 would remain unaffected. That's what I would like to see. Now, I understand that there might be some arguments and people that might say, well, you know, if you're able to do that, then it kind of creates a get out of jail free card situation. My counter to that is as I said, you need 2 boost meters to pull off an assist breaker. And since we know, or those that should know, your boost recovery is not exactly a very quick thing. If you use all 3 of your boosts in Invincible Versus, if you sit there and wait in practice mode and wait for it to go back up to full, you're going to be waiting for a while. It's not fast regenerative. So when you do an assist breaker and you use those 2 boost meters, you're left with 1 meter, which means that in order for you to do the next assist breaker, you have to wait for that 1 boost meter to pop back up. But then you also have to factor in, if you're that person that's on the, that particular character, you may want to use that boost meter for a super, or like maybe not like a boosted attack. You may want to use maybe by the time you get a little bit of the second meter back, you might want to use a heroic strike. So there's a lot of forward and backward and decisions to be made in that particular situation. That's the thing that I would like to see addressed when it comes to that game. I do see the argument that people may look at it and say, well, if you use an assist breaker to get out of your opponent's combo, and just to make it easy, if you break out of the combo using your assist 1 character, your assist 1 character is down for 10 seconds. You have no access to that character. My argument would simply be is just eliminate that timeout period for the assist character that had nothing to do with the assist breaker. I'm hoping I'm making sense. So to put it in another way, let's say if I'm using Thula gets hit. That's the active character. My assist 1 character is Invincible, and my assist 2 character is Omni-Man. If I'm getting hit and I do an assist breaker with Invincible, why is Omni-Man subjected to an 8-second cooldown? Omni-Man had nothing to fucking do with me assist breaking with Invincible. Nothing. But the assist 2 is still penalized by 8 seconds. So if I'm fighting against somebody that has their full team, now I'm in a 1v3 situation for fucking 10 seconds. That's, now I'm willing to say, fine. If you still want to have the secondary assist to have a cooldown, bring it down to like maybe 4 seconds, which would be in line with when I think when you do a hard tag in, I think it is a 4-second cooldown if my memory is correct. So let's say if I'm Thula and I do a hard tag in using, say, I tagged in Invincible, both Thula and Omni-Man they're on a 4-second cooldown. I can handle that. But to have an 8-second cooldown on the assist character that had 0 to do with the assist breaker, I think that's a bit much. In my opinion. But, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And, because I would like to see something like that changed. But if you don't think that that's an issue, I'd like to know. But I think that would go a long way to adding more interactivity with the game moving forward. And so that's all I got to say about that. So yeah. I'm actually glad I got that segment done. I have been meaning to do a segment like that for at least a week and change. So obviously it would be much better if I, actually, wait a second. I'm a fucking idiot. I could just do the, I can demonstrate it in the game and I could just have it as B-roll. So that's what I'll do. Fuck it. That's what I'll do. Yeah, There we go. That's what I'll do. But yeah, let me see. What else do I want to talk about here? Because I've been on here for 2.5 hours. Let me see. I think that's about it. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll post that segment. Well, you know. Yeah, I think that'll be viable. Yeah. And probably go to the store, get a bite to eat. Let's see. Oh yeah, again, Xbox, June 1st, June 2nd, I'll have the new Xbox, and it would be sooner, but yeah, I don't have enough money to. Well, I think I should have enough this coming. So after the 21st, I think no, because I forgot Monday is Memorial Day, so I wouldn't get it. So it'll be like the 26th. So I would be able to do it then, but like I mentioned before, I would have to basically survive for the rest of the month, which isn't long. It's like what, 6 or so days, but so that's why I'm thinking likely I'll just end up picking the fucking thing up on the 1st. I'll do a little bit of, I'll go live for sure, do my little unboxing, have some fun with that. Then migrate to the room, hook the shit up, and I don't know, figure out what to play first. Because there's a lot of stuff that I know I've missed out on since. Even though I can play some games on my laptop, but I demonstrated earlier, it's really, it's okay. Like there's some games work better than others. Like I was able to play Doom: The Dark Ages, which is another game I wanted to kind of, I never got a chance to really go through. That on the cloud, it works at 60 FPS, so that's really good. I can play ADVIII, but ADVIII doesn't allow you to play in 60 FPS through the cloud. So that kind of sucks. But it does work at 30, and the 30 is not bad, but I prefer to be 30 FPS. I would say the game that it depends. Like the games that I want to play the most, because there's two, right? You know, the game that I want to play the most that I currently own, and then the game I really want to play that I don't own. So there's a few games I do want to play that I own that I just really haven't dedicated the time to, honestly. And my fucking head is roasting. Obviously I haven't even played, well, I haven't beaten Cyberpunk 2077. I think the furthest I've gotten, and mind you, I've had Cyberpunk since launch, like I bought it on launch day, and I got past the prologue, you know, when spoiler, you know, when Jackie Wells, when he dies, that was pretty fucked up. That was a pretty emotional moment. So once you get to, like, you know, when you get Keanu Reeves and shit like that, and he enters your mind, that, like, I didn't do much beyond that. So I know there's a ton of Cyberpunk that I haven't played. Ironically, while I have beaten Witcher 3, I've never played the DLC. I own the DLC. I've never played it. I don't know why. I guess I think at the time I was slaving away at Amazon, so I just didn't have time. I was working overnight, 12-hour shifts, 4-hour commute. There was just no time for me to have a life at that point. This was like, you know, years ago at this point. Kingdom Come Deliverance, another massive game. I've owned the first game forever, but I never played it because I didn't like that there was no 60 FPS. Now, a few months ago, Warhorse Studios, they added the 60 FPS update, and And so I own Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, and they actually have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on Game Pass. So it's like, fuck, man, they got both those games, available. So there's so many games that I have interest to play that, quite frankly, I just don't have the time to play all of them. And then you got the games that's coming out, or the games that's already out, like Crimson Desert. I had interest in playing that. A game that's already out for a while, I think it was what's it called? Kazan, the First Berserker. It's kind of like an animation. It's like an anime style Souls-like game. I wanted to play that. There was this other game. I think it was called Chronos, The Fall of Man, or some shit like that. Like, I wanted to, like, there's so many fucking games that I wanted to play. Of course, in the future, there's Lords of the Fallen 2. I hope to be able to, I want to try to, get a good relationship with the developers, so maybe they can send me a code or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Because that game doesn't even have a launch date yet. Blood of the Dawnwalker from Rebel Wolves Studio. That game comes out literally on my birthday. I would love to be able to play that. There's a game called Exodus that's made by the creators of Mass Effect. Even though I've heard some disturbing news that I think their creative lead left the company, so that's not a good sight. I've seen a few creators talk about that, and that's never a good sight when you have the guy, basically the person that was the creative visionary of Exodus. He decided to quit the company. So that was a big news article and story revolving Exodus. So I was following that. That's never a good thing when that happens. So I don't know, if he was pushed out. I don't know if maybe he had a difference of maybe his vision was getting corrupted, because a lot of these companies, they tend to hire these stupid consulting teams like Sweet Baby Inc. and they try to put all these stupid fucking virtue signaling, pronoun, gay, homo bullshit in the game. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, because I can tell you this much: the publisher of Exodus, to my understanding, is Wizards of the Coast. And the thing that concerns me is the transformer that fucked up, or partly fucked up, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Corinne Bush, quit BioWare and ended up getting a position with where and who? Wizards of the Coast. So coincidence? I don't know. So that has me a little bit concerned. So but I'm still, digging through the crates and, finding out little nuggets and information here and there as to why this particular guy left the Exodus project. But yeah, like I said, it's never a good, like, if you see a video game that is a highly anticipated game, and all of a sudden that game's creative director just quits, there is some shit that's going on there. That just doesn't happen. Like, there's a reason for this. So I'm a little concerned with Exodus at this point. So we'll see. Because it's never a good thing when you see a creative director or somebody that's very high up in the creative process and direction of a particular game. It's never a good thing when that particular person leaves the project. It's never a good thing. Never. usually, you know, they'll stick around and they may go elsewhere after the project launches, but not while it's still in development, you know, so that's concerning. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, let me see what time it is. 7:35. All right, I think I've been sitting on this hard ass chair for long enough. Note to self: when you get more disposable money, definitely invest in a gaming chair. So I will definitely do that sometime in the future for sure. I guess that's about it. Let me just wrap this up, I guess. Let's see. It's only like 8 of you here anyway, so I appreciate those of you that are lurking, and I'm about to get up out of here, and I guess I'll see y'all on the flip side. So yeah, salute, and appreciate everybody tapping in, and yeah, I guess I'll have another one soon.